body, baby. Light me up, pour me up. I'm gone. Got me seeing genies in a bottle. Liquor got me feeling like a wrestler. Call me Santiago. Everyone listen when I speak. Don't know shit about shit, but I know ball.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Two Nobodies with a Mic, episode 159. How's everyone doing out there in beautiful Instagram land, YouTube land? Guys, we are live and direct on this Wednesday, and we about to talk some shit, so you know how this thing goes, right? Let's go through our introductions. We have Eddie Money, executive producer. What up, Mang? Oh, can't hear you.
What's up?
Still-
What's up? There we go.
Oh, there he is. There he is. You sick or what? What's going on?
I'm at like 92% right now.
Fuck does that
Wow.
mean?
What is that? Yeah. what
Health,
is-
like a health bar. I'm at like
That's-
92%.
So you're an A.
Fucking video game?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm at 92%. Somebody revive this nigga.
Yeah.
Get him back up.
Someone
Someone-
took a med pack last week. I was killing. I was terrible.
Wow. Well,
I want to
Eddie
shout out
Money-
these maple leaf cookies from Trader Joe's though. They've been
He
helping.
says they're amazing. Michael Brown says you look like you're 42%.
He said
Oh,
my
his
hair.
hair.
looks
Just his hair.
good.
His hair.
Oh, just your hair. My
Michael
bad.
Brown, this is all natural. I didn't do anything today. I just got out of bed.
I would hope so. I hope you didn't do that on purpose.
Yeah, I hope you didn't do anything to that.
Well,
Natural clothes, man.
in the
The show already catching strays.
For real.
that's how we start the show.
I
That's
didn't
how
even
we
finish my intro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Executive producer Eddie Money at 92%. In the center there, you have the salam alaikum bearded San Diegoan who says there's no homeless in San Diego. Now he's
Total
the expert.
bullshit.
Total bullshit.
I'm like Boomer of San Diego.
You think it's like Colombia? Like you think it's the best? San Diego's like
Yeah,
the
like
best.
I claim to be from San Diego now.
Wow,
That's
that's fuck. That is
Hey,
horrible.
but he's a Charger fan.
That is
Charger
just
Padre
think
right
that
there.
works.
Padres colors, I mean, they're kind of getting to me.
They're fucking
Oh
disgusting.
my
Shut
God.
up.
Dude,
Those
if
are
you
great
did that,
uniforms. Those
Spook
are great
Brown.
uniforms.
bro, if
Spook
you
Brown.
did that to your father, he fucking would disown you.
I would.
Yeah, you know he would. He literally would.
I
Give me
would.
10 McRib stories.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, time out. Can we meet in the middle and can I claim the new soccer team at least? The new soccer team in San
You
Diego?
can't claim anything from San
Take that
Diego.
shit.
No.
Why not?
Because you're not
San-
from
If you're
there.
not from there,
I
San
told you I'm claiming it. I can claim to be anything I want these days. We're in 2025. I can claim anything.
That's a good point.
Come on, Rafa.
But
You
listen-
know this. You know better.
San Diego is a good place
I'm
to
going to
visit.
allow it.
for
I
2
allow
days.
it, Jacob.
Yes.
Thank you, Rafa.
It's a good place to visit for 2 days. But just don't come on here and tell me there's no homeless in San Diego. That's a bold-faced lie.
I
But
think
how-
you're right.
Hakatomi Plaza, anything else you want to say to the people live on Instagram, on YouTube that are going to cooperate with the show?
Just gonna salute everybody out there. That's
All
my
right.
intro.
All right. Good job, Hakatomi. And then, of course, we have the guru, the one that sees all and knows all, the one that you better get your pad and pen out because he's going to give you some fire ass lines and put his balls on the line out there. That's how much confidence he has, and that's how much knowledge he has. Rafa the Guru, what up, Mang?
What's going on?
How's life today?
It's great. I'm just trying to still figure out where there's no homeless in San Diego. Other than that, we're good.
You guys
Yeah.
need to go. I'm telling you, it's a great city. I love it there.
I'm with Jacob.
I'm
on that.
from
I do
there.
I do love me. Oh,
This
I love you some San
motherfucker
Diego.
said I'm from there
You should buy the Padres. The Padres are up for sale.
for
What do
$6.
you-
All I have is $10. What does that get?
Well,
me?
that's good because you can get the Padres and that soccer team.
Yeah. So, guys, we are live on Instagram and YouTube. If you don't know how this show works, it's an interactive show. The more shit you talk, the more fun we have. And so, talk your shit. There's, kind of a slow week for college football. Good NFL, right? We have NBA. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of fun. So don't be afraid to jump on and do your thing. We only have one rule on the show. Hakatomi Plaza, do you know what that rule is?
Don't be a loser.
Don't be a loser. Do you know what that means?
I do know what it means. I do.
Well, tell the people what it means, man.
I think you're better at explaining it, so I'm gonna give that one to you.
Don't be a loser means, listen, we're going to talk some gambling. We are the gambling show of record. But just be responsible with your units, right? Don't chase. Be responsible. Have a plan. Have a, your stacks aside, and then have some fun, man, because we about winning some money this week. That being said, guys, we always start the show off with this segment called You Are Fired. And we heavily encourage you to jump on and let us know who was grinding your gears, who you would like to fire. And if you want to be positive, maybe someone that you're very happy with and that you want to hire. We do both here. So it's who you firing, brought to you by The Farm. The Farm here, wrestling camps in Oklahoma City. Please check out The Farm on Instagram. If your kids wrestle, send them to Coleman Scott. He going to get them better, man. But let's kick off. You Are Fired. Who wants to start?
I'll start, Eddie.
All right.
I'll start because I have two firings. I have two firings and a hiring. Oh my God, are you fucking kidding?
You know what that means. You know what that means.
Total fuckery. What a bad night. God.
You know what that means. We're gonna see Myles Garrett shirtless any second. Jacob, you want to?
I think Rafa's gonna fire his camera.
100%.
He said 100%.
100%, bro.
Dude, no one wants to see you eat and pick your teeth. I'm gonna fire Jacob for eating on freaking camera. How about that? Guy.
Man.
I'm done. I promise. I'm sorry.
Let me see how long this shit lasts. But real
Oh,
quick.
there you go, Rafa. You're there.
Yeah. So I wanna fire my camera first of all, but I wanna hire and fire. I wanna hire first of all my badass fucking fantasy team, and I wanna fire everyone in that fantasy league that sucks dick. Chuck,
Wow.
Eddie Money.
Now
you guys talk a lot of shit, and
What?
you guys are
Jacob-
both in last place.
Jacob is right above me. He only has one more win than me.
Is he above you?
He only has one more win.
That means he's not second to last, bro.
Thank you.
Hey, I just know I'm not last. That's all that matters.
You're not last because Chuck is just fucking god awful at this point.
It's because
Yeah.
me and Jay
But-
tied.
It's bad. No. Rafa's like lapping us. He's like,
Bro, the only loss I have, which is crazy, is to Eddie Money, who was
Mhm.
currently was winless. and
Never
beat
count me out. He got me on my
Eddie-
hot streak.
And he fucking beat me.
dude, we're gonna have to check Rafa's fantasy team for doping. He's like the Lance Armstrong of fantasy. Like no one's even come close. It's fucking ridiculous. And
Yeah, it's
to the
been
guy who
wild.
claims he hated fantasy, all of a sudden,
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But
The thing is, I don't think he even tries to do any research. I just think he just was like, "All right, I have a team. Sunday I win. That's it." Like he
So-
doesn't go
No,
to
because
research.
If you look at my roster, if you look at I claimed guys. So like
Re-
Dowdle,
Yeah,
that
that's
was
true.
the
That's
claim,
true.
obviously. My defense for a while I was just dropping the defense. I would just pick up the defense that was playing the Saints for a while. So
yeah.
and so Michael Brown is obviously upset about it. But anyways, let me get to my real firing. And
All right.
some people may not like it. To me, I thought it was. I know that the Raiders. I think it was 31-9 at that point, right? And it's early in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter had just started. It's 4th and 6 for the Raiders. Gino, they're at the 13. They end up going for it. Gino gets 7 yards, and he could have had possibly a touchdown, right? And he slid. He didn't want to go into those guys. He might have got crushed or whatever. But for a team that you're 2-7 or 2-8 or whatever they were, at that point in because they ended up losing the game, right? But there's still 2 wins. You're a 2-win team.
Yeah.
You're playing like shit all year long. You should try and fucking make a play happen So your team could say, well, fuck it. At least this guy's leaving it all out on the line. And he didn't. He slid like a bitch. Luckily, a couple plays later, they ended up getting the touchdown on the drive that made it 31-16 at that point. But still, to me, if I'm looking at it, I'm like, at least for Max Crosby, right? Like, I'm out there busting my ass. We're getting our ass whooped, and I'm still busting my ass. Even on fucking false starts, I'm still out there busting my ass going after it. 110% on every fucking play. And I'm watching this guy take a, slide after getting a first down when he clearly had a shot at that end zone. He was going to take a hit, but he had a shot at that end zone. And he slid. And to me, if I'm playing defense and I'm Max Crosby, I'm the leader of the team, I basically say, wow, bro, you're not out there giving it 100 the way we are. Like, at least the way I am. And to me, that was just total bullshit.
Egregious. Firing stamped and approved. Let me double down on that. I know no one gives a fuck about the Raiders, and why should you? The Raiders don't give a fuck about the Raiders. But I'm going to fire this. And I wasn't a huge fan of the Pete Carroll hiring. Obviously, being the oldest coach in the league at 73, you can't rebuild. But I'm going to fire GM, Tom Brady, Spytek, and Pete Carroll because they have made a tremendous mistake in thinking that they were one veteran mid-level quarterback away from winning. They were one good running back away from winning when I wanted, and it's posted on my Instagram, that I wanted the left tackle from Missouri, who now is a stud with the Jets, Membao, whatever. And it's going to cost him, Rafa. That decision of drafting Genty and bringing in, Gino is going to cost him for at least another 3 years. I'm going to fire Pete Carroll for making a nepotism hire. Not only do we have the worst offensive line talent-wise, our best offensive lineman hurt, but you hire your son, Brendan Carroll, and it's all over the internet. Guys are watching film and breaking down. The play calling that Chip is doing makes no sense. The offensive line is complete garbage. And I'm just going to say, fire it all and blow it up. And, I don't want to hear that there's any hope next year. I don't want to fucking hear from a Raider fan because it's so beyond bad, Rafa. You know this. It's so beyond bad. It's just, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. So
real quick, Eddie, I know you mentioned Chip Kelly, right? And the play calling. When we look at Monday night and they came out throwing, but that's what you're supposed to do against a 31 ranked defense in the league. Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do. And to me, I thought they were able to move the ball. There was just certain, then you start to run, and then now it's like, all right, now I'm third and long, right? But they moved the ball a little bit in that first drive, the second drive. To me, I felt they were able to move the ball a little bit. They just weren't able to convert, right? And you have third and longs, and you're not a team that you're going to be able to convert on third and long, and you're going to get yourself in those predicaments if you can't run on first down. But I thought the play calling, looking at it, that it was against the 31th ranked pass defense, I thought it was fine. I thought the play calling was okay. Plus, the other thing is, we got to see if you're a Raider fan. I'm not a Raider fan by any means, but I did say we. And I'm talking as the Raiders management, right? Like, we need to see if Gino can actually still play the game. Maybe, and listen, we've seen him play lights out in Seattle, and we've seen him do what he's doing this year. We saw some years back with the Jets.
Yep.
So is that the Geno Smith that they're getting and going to continue to get, and it looks like it's going to be. So it'll be easy to walk away from him and, you know what, bench his ass or whatever the fuck it is with all that money you paid.
Agree.
Got some comments following that. Michael Brown goes, imagine if you had ink on your body of this team. Wild. And then, what's up, Big Burn? He says, yes, fire Tom. If you build it, they will come.
They haven't built anything but a stadium for visiting fans, which they seem to enjoy a lot because they always outnumber Raider fans, which you can't talk shit. Imagine your whole identity, all these Raider influencers, like that's your identity is Raiders. I mean, I have a Raider tattoo, so I can't talk too much shit, but your whole identity is being a Raider fan, and this sucks. Like you have to be just, devastated.
And then we got some comments from One Over Boogie on Instagram. He goes, "Holy shit, spitting truth, fire the whole thing. Who is our hope?" And then adds, "Why do the Raiders always play a team on prime time after someone dies?"
It's true. Remember Brett Favre's dad, and Brett Favre went into Oakland and had like the best game of his life.
He
It
was
always
phenomenal
seems that way.
Monday night.
Yeah. And no, I get what you're saying. Went over Bogey. I remember that. I remember that well.
Dude
know.
McBoob adds in, "A cigar smoker and a wine drinker. I thought this was two nobodies and not two pretentious douchebags."
Cheers,
Sorry.
brother. Cheers.
Yes. What's wrong with wine? Come on, man.
For my firing, I'm also gonna add on to the Raiders the same thing. I'm gonna add on to Gino's press conference because I thought it was hilarious, and I think a lot of the internet did too. He was basically said, "Put the blame it on me, like whatever," and the whole comment was just like, "Yeah, we're blaming you. 14 interceptions, we're blaming you."
Yeah.
I don't know what the point of that was for him.
I do feel bad for Gino. Offensive line is absolute garbage, right? When they beat the Patriots week 1, he was under fire. He got the ball out, and that's how they beat the Patriots. He stood in that pocket, but now he doesn't even have, it's just bad. And watching the Manning podcast, they're pointing out he's not taking checkdowns. He's trying to throw downfield. There's guys open. So there's a lot of blame to go around. And I'm sorry, Gino, but yeah, you're the quarterback, man. So Hakatomi Plaza, you want to fire like the Raider Reds or something?
No. I want to fire. I want to fire like 3 people, but I can't do all 3. So I'll
He
pick.
can.
I won't do that. I'll fire Alabama and I'll fire the Detroit Lions for losing this last weekend. I feel like both teams failed everyone miserably, especially me because I can't stand the Eagles. I think the Eagles suck, and now the Lions just ruined that for me. So I want to fire the Lions and Alabama. You shouldn't have lost that game. I mean, you lost that team last year, got blown out, and you come back this year and lose to them at home. That's just a bad loss. You can't afford to lose that game. I mean, it doesn't affect them, I don't think, at all for the playoffs, but just like a morale kind of loss, I don't think it's very good for that team. So I want to fire Alabama also.
I'm with you on that one too.
Bad loss. For 3 years now, while we've been doing the show, I have always said I ride with Dan Campbell. I don't ride him, but
We're pretty close.
but dude, I love me some Dan Campbell, but enough is
How much?
enough.
How much?
Not anymore. Enough
Full
is
Diddy.
enough. Dude, he went for it 5 times on 4th down, Rafa, and didn't get one. He's
0 for 5.
0 for 5. He's in easy field goal positions, and he won't do it. Okay? He took over the play calling 2 weeks ago and looked good a couple weeks ago. Looked like shit this time. It's like this new era of Madden players. Like, field position means something. Defense means something. Points on the board, who cares how you get 42 or 37 points? No one gives a fuck if they're field goals, 2 extra points. Put points on the board. And these games that they're losing, a lot of these games come down to field goals. And I don't get the strategy, and no one's calling them out on this. It's fucking wild. They obviously miss Ben Johnson. It's obvious because we see what the Bears look like. They're on a roll. So Dan Campbell, get your shit together, man. Get your shit together. You don't have to go for it for 4th. You're not a 7-year-old playing Madden where you don't punt every fucking time. Okay, that's what it looks like on television. So I have to give Dan Campbell some harsh words, man. Some tough love. He needs some
Ooh.
tough love, man. So, what do you
Big
think about
Bird
the
said-
Alabama? What?
He said Bennett was yelling at the TV because of Dan. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, Bennett knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah,
What do you
Bennett-
think? What do you think about the Alabama loss there,
Rafa.
Rafa?
I think it was terrible. They outgained them by
200 yards.
By 200 yards. It felt like they were dominating the game, but still, to me, it's the same thing I said last week about Ty Simpson. Although he's good, he has all of that you want in a quarterback. He reminds me too much of Justin Herbert in the way that Justin Herbert's the second in the league in passing in yards. Like, we believe that Herbert is that good because we've seen him do amazing things. He's second in the league in passing, like I just said, all of those things. But there's certain points in the game where it's like, wow, you should have had a first down here and you didn't get it. You should have completed that. You shouldn't have thrown the ball 40 yards down the field when you needed 6 yards and the guy's wide open underneath at 8 yards. Things like that, to me, that's the problem I've had with Ty Simpson for the entire year. And to me, I saw that again this weekend, where you're just certain plays I think he's missing on. And I don't know, it's him and it's also the play calling, the head coach, etc. Like, I'm not 4th and 7, 4th and 8. Why are you forcing a ball into double coverage, a fucking fade route, shit over the like? I don't like it.
Yeah, I agree. I can't give him all the blame because I think they rely too much on him. The play calling relies too much on his success. There's no run game there. They abandoned it so quickly and just rely on his playmaking. I can't give it all on him, but the play calling has to be better. Like, you cannot let this guy have the whole game to himself. Like, you have to run the ball at some point, and they just didn't do it.
There's no reason for Alabama not to have 5 incredible running backs. I said it on the group chat.
Exactly.
I said on the group chat, there's no explosiveness. And think about all the Heisman winners, running backs at Alabama. There's always a line of running backs. And there should be, transfers, NIL deals galore for Bama running backs. And there's just, they can't run the ball. I mean, they run it, but no one's a threat to break something more than a 12-yard run, which I agree with Jacob, man. It's the running game is issue. Ty Simpson is really good, and he's forced to do too much. So, firing is
every
approved.
play comes down to his arm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1,000%.
Big Bird said
1,000%.
proper checkdowns needed. QBs are not being developed anymore.
That's a fact, Big Vern. That is a fact. And yeah, we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
They ran the ball in that game, and listen, the 33 times is not accurate because when a quarterback gets sacked in college, they count it as a run play.
Mhm.
So if you take away Simpson's 8 rushes, maybe he had 1 or 2 actual rushes, but other than that, they ran the ball for less than 90 yards. So when you run the ball for less than 90 yards or less than 100 yards, you're going to have a problem. Your quarterback threw 42 times, Mater threw the ball 23 times. So to me, I thought, yeah, definitely that Jacob's 100% right on not being able to run the ball.
Yeah. Well, Big Vern, anyone else? Dude McBoob, you want to fire anybody?
I think he's firing your golf floats, kind of. He said,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of golf clubs in the background. How many clubs do you need? How do you say your line name? Roy McAvoy?
Roy McAvoy kicked ass with a baseball bat and a garden rake.
Listen, I need all the clubs I could use, Dude McBoob. I suck. Those are my wife's clubs. Those are my clubs. There's clubs on the side. Listen, when you're as bad as I am, you try everything, in the world to make you better. Still haven't found a club that has made me better, but I'm just going to keep throwing money at it, dude. So firing approved of me and my golf game.
And then Michael Brown asks, thoughts on Scatterboo at WWE event?
What night was he there?
Saturday night?
No,
No,
it's a Monday night. It was Monday night, but he got in a fight. It was a pre-planned
Right. Obviously.
Rap.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Because
So
it's
obviously,
fake. So yeah, it's definitely pre-planned.
No way.
I didn't say that. But
I
yes,
had to throw it in there.
I know you had to, Rob, but you can let me just enjoy. It's all good. Anyway,
But Mike's those type of people. Like, look at that. Thoughts on Scatterboo at a W. Like that. Does that bother you?
that's a
Mike-
rage. That's a rage
It-
baiting right there. You
No,
did
no,
rage bait
it bothered a lot of people. It bothered a lot of people.
It's Monday night. A
But-
guy who's out for the season.
But
Yeah.
I think him getting into a fake scrap. I mean, I think it's a bad look.
I think it's a bad look that people believe it's real.
Oh, here we fucking go. I can't do it. I'm gonna skip this one.
For me, I don't mind it because I have to assume everything is getting approved by his agent, and his agent talks to the team. So that's not like the team doesn't know what he's doing.
No, of course, but I just think on like people just looking at it, they're like, "Well, isn't he hurt? Like, why is he doing I think it's a bad look. I think.
Appreciate
Did
it, Mike.
Did
Appreciate
I
it.
enjoy? Did I enjoy it? Did I watch it? 100% because it's great. And I love it. Is it a bad look? Yes, it's a bad look.
He's
To
funny
me,
as
to me,
fuck.
I think it's I don't mind it because you have to remember most of these guys and the way that guy plays, he might not even last 2 seasons. So
Yeah.
if he can
They're
build,
like, fuck it. Like this is
if he can build a character,
that's
outside of the NFL, because we consider him, almost retarded at this point.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's building a character outside of the NFL. He's going to need it.
true.
Listen, everything bothers everyone at this point. The wrestling, they're professional fake fighters. He didn't get into a real fight with my air quotes. Okay. He was fine. Like there's more important or less important shit in the world. It pissed people off. I think it was perfectly fine. Sonny was there, Madison Square Garden, baby. He said it was a great venue. It was what's his name's last Monday Night Raw.
John Cena.
John
I feel
Cena's.
like he's had a handful of last Monday nights, has he not? Or am I wrong?
Well, it's his last year. Like it's his official last.
This is like
year,
his.
so-
Is this like his farewell tour?
Yeah, it's like Kobe's like farewell tour. This is his last one.
Yeah.
Is
So-
he also playing? Is he also wrestling really bad the way Kobe played really bad the last year?
Wow. Wow.
Don't leave hanging fruit. Don't leave hanging fruit, dude.
I'm gonna wait
Ouch.
till John Cena puts up 16 in his last game. Then
Oh, here
Oh,
we
bro,
go.
listen. If you didn't know that they were beating the Jazz on that night, then
On
you
100
just
shots?
retort.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for your firings.
Rafa
Dude,
died out
dude.
again.
Yeah, you'll be
Oh,
all right.
my-
But you'll
Put
get
me
it
in with
fixed.
Myles Garrett, dude.
So, guys,
Tag Miles in.
yeah, that is You're Fired, brought to you by the Farm Wrestling Camps. Since before we get into NFL, I just want to hit this topic really quick. Michael Brown is here. I know Big Vern. I don't know how Dude McBoob feels about the Lakers and LeBron, but we came out with the post last week saying, a lot of people are saying because the Lakers had won the record, I think they had lost 3 or 4 games. They don't need LeBron. And LeBron played for the first time last night. And although defense didn't look great, they scored 140 points. He was distributing the ball. And I think the Lakers are going to be just fine. And LeBron looked like he was having fun. It's a different type of player, right? When Kobe, sort of fell off, he was a different player. Kobe is not a distributor. Kobe was about, I'm going to win this game. I don't trust any of you guys. Put everything on me. That's never been LeBron's game. In fact, he doesn't want to score 45. It's not his thing. He's, a large point guard. So, the fact that people think, and we'll see, right? We'll see. I think it's going to be tough for him because
I need to
Go
call
ahead.
you out. I need to call you out real quick.
call
I
me
can't-
out. Shit.
I can't let you slide with this because you were one of the people saying that LeBron should be traded. You were
Traded?
I remember you on the side of LeBron's gonna hurt this team, not help this team. That from what I remember correctly.
Okay, listen. So
you maybe not on the side of it, but you were skeptical of him in the lineup with this team. Were you not?
I'm skeptical of LeBron's personality being too big. That's what I'm skeptical of. I hate that his son is on the team. That's a nepo hire. I think that pisses me off. Bronny's a good kid, has no business on this team. But I'm skeptical of him making it about him, basically, which he does a lot. His play on the court, that's weird. His play on the court is very unselfish. Everything else about LeBron, it's about him. He needs to be, in the spotlight. He needs to be the center of attention. So,
Man down.
Are you gone too? Hey, give it to me, Eddie Money. I got this one.
Give it to Jacob.
I just don't understand what people thought was going to happen. LeBron's never been that player to, steal the shine from other players. He's always, even with Kyrie, he's always said he wanted Kyrie to be the MVP. Like, he wanted these guys to be elevated. Like, what did they think was going to happen? Luka is a shooter, LeBron's a passer. How does that not fit together? It makes no sense, the argument of that he was going to hurt this team in any way. Austin Reeves can score the ball. LeBron can score the ball. So can Luka. And if anything, LeBron helps that because he wants to pass the ball to these guys. He wants them to score. How can that be a bad thing for this team?
Okay, before Rafa interjects, because we've seen in the past 2-3 years, LeBron dribble for 12 seconds because there wasn't anyone to pass to except for Anthony Davis. We've seen him control the ball too much. So we've seen it with our own eyes. It can't happen with this team. Austin Reeves, my God. I'm a believer. Freaking Luka is a joy to watch. Luka, it's fucking crazy. Although I knew he was great, watching him every single night blows my mind how good he's playing. I pray that he can stay healthy. But we've seen LeBron, control the ball too much. We're just asking not to do that.
I agree, but he had to with those past teams. He never had a Luka on these past teams. He had to be the guy to score the ball these past teams. Like the last 3-4 years, he's had to be that guy. But when you have a player like Luka who's generational, he can pass the ball and be cool. Like, he understands that Luka is the guy on this team. He's the number one option. And LeBron understands it. LeBron is the smartest player in the NBA by far. It's not even close. He understands what has to be done to win. It's not.
Rafa, I need a DNA test on my son. Are you sure he doesn't belong to you? All this fucking LeBron.
I've always been a LeBron Blazer since day one.
He's just not blind, Eddie. That's all.
Thank you.
He's just not blind. Like, come on.
Well, go ahead, Rafa.
On the court,
finish this off.
On the court, he's one of the most unselfish players ever. Okay, one of the most unselfish players ever. So for me, when people say, "Oh, he shouldn't have come back," or the team doesn't need him, is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It really is. It's we don't need to keep going over and over and over again. The guy had 12 assists last night, 12 dimes, 1 turnover. He doesn't play defense. Don't expect him to play defense for more than 1 possession a game, and it better be a fucking important one, because he's not playing defense in the second quarter, Jay. It's just not happening. So the thing is, the problem with the scrutiny that LeBron's getting is that Michael Jordan never got that scrutiny in Washington. Kobe Bryant didn't get that scrutiny his last couple of years, which were god-awful. Literally, they were horrible, horrendous. Nobody ever talks about those years they have. You're literally criticizing a man that is his 23rd season in the NBA. That's what you guys are doing. It makes no sense. The guy put up 25, 8, and 7 last year, and you're literally complaining about him coming back. Like if he was 17, 6, and 2. That's what you thought. He wasn't that, and people are crying about it. It's insane. It shows you the amount of hate that he gets, which is probably why he's so fucking cynical, and he has to prop himself up outside, off the floor, because he feels that maybe he's disrespected. I don't know. It's just my take on it.
It's fucking Johnny Cochran over here. Court adjourned. I'm gonna hire you as my defense attorney. So that's all we have to say about that.
Dude McPoop said, "I'm not one of the 16 people in America who care about NBA basketball."
Damn right.
Move on.
That's facts.
Wow. Well, do we want to go college? Do we want to go? There's not a shit ton of college. Do we want to go NFL?
I
What do you
want to
guys
go
wanna do?
college because we got to talk
Yeah,
about the
yep.
rankings. We
Yes,
gotta
we do.
we gotta
All
we
right.
gotta do
Man
all
down.
of that good stuff.
Well, let's do it, man. Let's get into college. Like I said, this is SEC's week to beat up on St. Mary's, Mother Teresa of Our Lady of Blind People. They're playing nobody this week. And I know, Big Ten doesn't do much either, but that's in their own conference. But let's talk about the rankings. What do you guys see? What do you guys want to talk about?
I want to talk about Notre Dame being ranked above Alabama.
Oh, you want me to do rankings? Or no?
I'm with Jacob on this.
I think that's a bad precedent being set
I-
right there.
I'm with Jacob on this 1,000%. Go ahead.
How
Jacob,
about
make it rain.
how about Notre Dame being ranked above Miami?
I'm
me, it
okay
makes
with
more-
that because
Yeah,
of
me
what I
too,
explained
me
weeks
too.
back. I'm okay with that. I know they beat them head to head, but Miami, as of late, has two really bad losses. When you look at Notre Dame's two losses, although one was at home, once to Texas A&M, who's ranked number 3, and then the other one was to Miami week 1 on the road. There goes my camera. Give me Miles Garrett, dude. Give me Miles. Just cue me in for Miles.
That's hilarious.
With the shirt on, please.
No, shirt off.
Shirt
No,
off,
no, no.
Miles. I'm not trying this shit anymore. It's gonna fucking drive me insane.
Oh man.
We'll talk about it, Jacob.
Okay. Okay. I'll start with Alabama, I guess. I think Alabama's wins should outweigh Notre Dame's losses, and I feel like the committee has switched that. They are taking more precedent on. Sorry, guys. Okay.
Is that the little Filipino
no,
woman again?
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it's
No,
the
it's
spinning
not.
lady.
It's my grandma.
All right. I thought he let her out of her little cage.
But yeah, I think they made a mistake by setting that precedent of maybe good losses are way heavier than great wins. I mean, to me, that doesn't make too much sense.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
agree.
I think Bama should have been at number 9 and Notre Dame
Yeah.
at number 10. And I
I
know
agree.
the week before Notre Dame was at 9, so you couldn't penalize them and move them back. But you could have actually, because it's fucking Notre Dame and Alabama lost to Oklahoma in a very very tight game, which they
Yeah.
dominated offensively. So no
And
escorts on camera, Michael Brown.
I think what they're also
God.
doing too is that they're trying to create a gap between Miami and Notre Dame because their biggest fear is going down to the last week and they have to compare Miami and Notre Dame. Because what do you do at that point? So I feel like they're trying to create as much space between those two teams as possible. Because if that comes down to the last spot and it's Notre Dame and Miami, that's going to be their biggest fear. So I could see them trying to put teams in that little gap there to avoid that situation, which I think is wrong.
I think also them putting Alabama at 10 or behind Notre Dame. Alabama, basically, if they beat Auburn this week, they have a gimme game against who knows who the fuck. But if they beat Auburn, then they're in the title game, in the SEC title game.
Mhm.
So, and you know that's the thing too. Like for them, for the committee, they understand that if Georgia wins or if Alabama wins that game, they're in, and they're putting them in a spot at 10, where if they lose that game, we can even easily bump them to 13 and leave them out because they don't want a 3-loss team in there.
I don't think you can leave out a 3-loss Alabama. You can't do it.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
with
think.
you. I'm 100%.
You think that they would do that though? You think that they would leave out an Alabama?
I think the way they set it up, okay. I think the way they set it up, leaving them at 10, I think they're setting it up for that. But I think I'll be honest with you. I think if they play A&M, I think they beat them by a touchdown at least.
I agree with you.
You're saying if they lose to Auburn, they deserve to still be in there?
No, if they lose Auburn, they're out. They go
No,
to
yeah,
bed.
they're
Good night.
out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's saying if they lose to whoever they play
In the SEC title game, if
Oh,
they lose,
okay.
yeah, no, if they lose to Auburn, they're out. But in the SEC title game, which would more than likely be against A&M, unless A&M loses, there's a whole fucking fiasco there. Ole Miss may get in. Who knows what the shit show is going to be, right?
I can't see them leaving out a 10-team or a 10-win team. I don't think that you can't do that. It's not possible. I don't think they can do that.
Really?
It
Because
is.
Georgia Tech is 9-1. You're gonna leave. Does that mean
Georgia Tech's 9-1 with a bad loss? But that Miami's ranked above them, and Miami, I feel, has 2 bad losses.
Yes.
Right. So and Miami's ranked above Georgia Tech because they have good wins, and which is Miami's good wins are better than
Facts,
Georgia
Big
Tech.
Vern.
And
Facts.
so, but when we're looking at it, to me, like everybody's making a push for USC, right? To me, I think if USC beats Oregon this week on the road and they're 10-point underdogs, to me, I think you flip-flop USC and Oregon this week. And you don't have to take USC all the way to 15. I mean, all the way to 7, but you bring in USC right at 9 or right at 10. And to me,
no lower than 10.
No lower than 10. Because to me, I think if USC wins this game and they beat Oregon, I think Oregon has to be completely out of this fucking thing. Like, not even fucking close. They can't be at fucking 12 or 13. They got to be down at 15, somewhere in that Vanderbilt range. That's what I think.
I don't know.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about. To me, this is really the only game in college football worth watching, which is crazy to say this late in the season, but it is. You have number 15th ranked USC going to Outson, right? The number 17 Oregon, who's 9-1, who has a horrific loss at home to Indiana. Who, when you look at, they got yes.
So
Well, I mean, okay, but at the time, right, they were favored. But when you look at things, Eddie Money, right, their only 2 quality wins right now in Oregon are Iowa and Minnesota. Those are the only 2 quality wins. Penn State now, we know, is garbage, right? So that's not a quality win. They don't have a winning record. Your only 2 quality wins are Iowa and Minnesota, who SC just had a great game against Iowa, big win. You saw how happy Lincoln Riley was, right? But now let's break down this game, right? SC hasn't gone into Outson and won since 2011. I think it was like Matt Barkley, if I'm not mistaken. But if SC does pull this out, Rafa, which the line I saw was at 9.5 or 10.
9.5 now.
Yeah, people remember the last time SC went on the road and was the 9.5 underdog, and I thought personally it was disrespectful. That was against Notre Dame, and they didn't cover and were outmatched. Can SC run the football and stop the run? Right? We've seen Maivia. We've seen Lemon, probably one of the top 3 best receivers, definitely in college football.
No doubt about it.
100%.
But can they stop Oregon and being physical? That has been SC's Achilles heel since Pete Carroll left. They couldn't hang with Ohio State. They couldn't hang with Notre Dame. They can't hang with the Midwest and Southern teams that have big bodies and play a physical style. Oregon is probably the most physical team over here on the West Coast. And, this game has so many implications, Rafa. Number one, this is, Oregon comes into Southern California, the best high school football on the planet, and they pick and choose, right? That used to be SC 20 years ago. Now, they just come in and take the best of the best out here in Southern California. Right now, SC has the number 1 recruiting class in the country coming up in 2026. This is just so much shit on the line, Rafa. I can give, more stats. But how do you see this game going, you guys? Are you putting your money because you don't respect Dan Lanning? I don't know why. I'm a fan of Dan. You don't respect Lincoln Riley. How do you see this going, guys?
Well, to me, I'll tell you, and I believe that if USC wins this game, I think they're in the playoff. To me, if SC wins this game, I put them above Notre Dame. I really do.
I disagree heavily.
I cannot unsee, because Oregon is ranked wherever they're at, right? They're in the top, whatever, they're 8th or whatever it is.
They're 7th.
They're 7th, right?
They're tied for 6.
Okay, so Oregon's in that 6-7 spot. 6-7. I'm doing it, but and listen, everybody, and CJ just said you can't put them. CJ, the problem is that we're using that same excuse that games have to matter. Miami beat Notre Dame. Okay, Miami beat Notre Dame. SC lost to Notre Dame, and if SC beats Oregon, I think they're in, because to the committee, the Miami win doesn't matter to them. And they're showing you this week, and they've shown you for the last 2 or 3 weeks since they started this, that the Miami win against Notre Dame doesn't matter to them, because they clearly have Notre Dame above Miami every fucking week, no matter what. Last week, Miami played NC State. NC State has played some good games. They've played tough here and there. Miami whooped their ass, absolutely dominated the football game. It wasn't even close. There was no chance. Miami could have put up 65 fucking points if they wanted to. And the committee didn't give a shit. An NC State team that beat Georgia Tech, who they have ranked in the top 15. So for some of the games don't matter. So to me, I put an SC win on the road against Oregon, I put above any win that Notre Dame has. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I would put that. Now, going back to this game, I've said it for 2 weeks in a row. When you watch Northwestern play USC, Northwestern ran the ball all over them and then went away from the run. Iowa ran all over them and went away from the run. And that's where they lost the game. Oregon, better coach than what's at Iowa, although he's, the most winning coach and whatever, blah, blah. But Dan Lanning is the number one astastic coach in college football. He is number one for a reason in my book. So to me, he's not going to go away from the run. USC cannot stop the run. These guys are way too physical for them. And so to me, I would love to see USC win because I don't like Oregon. I dislike Oregon. Pure hate. I think Oregon is an overrated team. I say they're an illusion. I've said it before. They're an illusion that they're good, yet they don't fucking win shit. Okay.
CJ brings up a good point. He said, "Does the loser of this become the crown of Aztastics?"
No. Dan Lanning, because Dan Lanning is more elite.
Is that still James Franklin?
Yeah. James Franklin's out. So, but to me, Dan Lanning is more elite than Lincoln Riley is.
The Aztastic Bowl, man. We have a name for it. The Aztastic Bowl. I have percentages. If you guys, they came out with percentages. I don't know who does them. I'm not a mathematician, but right now USC has a 20% chance of making the college football playoffs. Oregon, 86%. Now, if USC wins, Rafa, which this is not going to make you happy, they only have a 71% chance to make the playoffs.
To me, that's insane, because then you're not rewarding. Not rewarding this team. To me, I think a road win at Oregon as a 10-point underdog holds more than any of Notre Dame's wins. Notre Dame was a 10-point favorite or 9-point favorite against USC at home, and they won by 10. And that game, there were moments in that game where SC had a lead in that game late in the second half. Like there were, and then Eddie mushed them. Like there's literally full Eddie right in that game. But
100%.
Like to me, I think there's no denying USC if they win this game. I think it would be total bullshit, because when you look at the rest of the rankings, and if Eddie Money, if you can pull them up, like I don't see them not making it. I mean, you're just swapping All you're doing is swapping Oregon and USC at this point. Because when we look at it, like you just said, Eddie, 86% chance if they win this game to make the playoffs, right? Or they have an 86%
No.
chance right now.
Right now, they have a
Right. So if they win
97%
this game,
chance.
if Oregon wins this game, they're at 100%. Unless
It's
they
90
unless they lose
97%.
Yeah, unless they lose next week, right? And their last game. So to me, they're basically in. So with a loss, they're all out, and Oregon should or USC should be all in, completely in. That's what I think.
This is without a doubt Lincoln Riley's, biggest game, at least at SC. To me, not even the Pac-12 championship against Washington. You had Caleb. Caleb supposedly got hurt. To me, this is a statement, and I said for many reasons, this is going to be, this will tip the scales on whether SC becomes a blue blood again, because they're not right now. Let's be honest, they're not. This is, can Lincoln win a big game on the road against a more physical team? Do the recruits and the money they spent, because they had a good recruiting class last year, and then they got their ass kicked, and everyone scattered like the light switch in a cheap hotel with all the cockroaches. He just freaking fled. This game has so many implications. Lincoln, did you see how Lincoln Riley reacted after that win at Iowa? You would have thought he would hit the fucking. I was shocked. I was shocked to see how crazy he went. It's like, dude, you beat Iowa. A lot of people do it. So,
this is where I wanted to come in, because I foresaw this a while ago, that no matter, even if USC beat Oregon, I questioned, even if they beat Oregon, I think the committee would still leave them out, because I forget what week it was, but when they dropped Oregon after that loss to Indiana, closer to 12, I was like, the closer Oregon gets to 12, that hurts USC. And I think them being at 7 hurt USC, because then they can leave both these teams out. And there's a world where if USC beats Oregon, then loses to UCLA the next week, there's no third Big Ten team in the playoff.
Yeah, no, you're right there.
And that would be disastrous for the Big Ten.
You're 100% correct there. There's no doubt
Jacob.
about it. But and I know Zach just mentioned in the comments that if Texas Tech lost to BYU in the title game, that they would still be in. I don't know. I don't know.
They would have
I
to
don't
be
know
in.
if they would be in.
They would have to be in.
I don't know if I don't know if
Like both teams, is he saying?
Yeah. I don't think you have. I don't think you can have two Big 12 teams in this thing.
Let's see.
You
This
can.
is how it's shaping up right now.
You know what the fucking crazy thing is here?
I think
so-
currently they wouldn't. There would not be two Big Ten teams.
Two Big
what
12?
the diabolical thing is, Rafa, for this whole fucking scenario, is that Georgia has a possibility of not making the SEC championship, right? Which gives them
they
a
probably
bye
won't.
week. They probably won't. They will still keep their ranking and have a first round bye again.
I
This
don't.
is how-
Listen. I don't. I'm gonna. I don't think that would happen.
Oh, I do. They're
No,
lined
because
up. They're lined up to get healthy.
Right, but if Ole Miss, let's say A&M loses to Texas, right, and that drops them from 3 to 9, right, or 3 to 8, because I think A&M's in no matter what, even with a loss to Texas, which means they wouldn't have to play. They wouldn't play in the SEC title game, which would then more than likely leave Ole Miss in the title game against Alabama. If Ole Miss beats Alabama, Ole Miss will jump to the 4th spot, right? So to me, I think there's still, and Texas Tech could win out. If Texas Tech wins out, they have West Virginia on the road next weekend. They don't play this week. So I think that's next weekend. They have that road game, and then they have a title game, which would either be against BYU or Utah. It's more than likely going to be BYU. So if Texas Tech wins out, Texas Tech would go into that 4th spot over Georgia, a Georgia team that would be idle. Although, listen, Georgia has to play Georgia Tech the last week of the season,
Mhm.
which will be huge, obviously,
Always-
as well. So,
Yep.
but I still think Ole Miss has a chance to be that 4 spot if they win the title game. I would be shocked if Georgia stayed at the 4 and got a bye. I really would.
Yeah, I just I am a hater of Georgia. I'm a hater of Kirby Smart.
He's
But
so good,
he-
isn't he? How good is
he-
that man?
How do
He
you
got-
how are you a hater of that though? They're so great. Like they're so good. Such a good program.
I have my reasons. But he outcoached the F out of Sark. The play calling,
You give him
he
belt
go-
to ass.
the way he went about it, that defensive line finally came alive and was all over Arch. I got to tip my hat to Kirby. He made all the right moves. He has his guys ready to play. And Rafa said it in the group chat. Like, Texas had time to prepare for this game, and they were god awful everywhere. And don't put all the blame on Arch. Those receivers dropped balls like fucking, it was insane, right? It was really, really bad. But Sark, we talked about it, Rafa. If Sark gets a job offer to lead for the NFL, he should go as fast as he can, because he is not going to beat Georgia
Ever.
ever.
He is at least right now. It's kind of like Saban and Kirby in the beginning, right? And when Saban was out of Alabama and Kirby had just got to Georgia, and dude, like Saban just dominated Kirby as he dominated Jimbo Fisher, and that's what it feels like with Sark and Kirby. Like Kirby's just dominant. You've lost 3 in a row in the last fucking 12 months to Georgia. I don't think you're never going to shake that.
Yeah.
I don't think he can shake it. And listen, he has. When we looked at this roster before the season started, and everyone looked at it, they were arguably one of the 2 most talented teams in the country. And they played Ohio State, which is the other number 1 talented team in the country. And week 1, it was 14-7. It was an ugly game. Both defenses were fucking amazing. And you thought, okay, we saw the 2 best teams play. And then we just saw Texas after that, and it was like, okay, they're not that good. And it's not that they're not that good, because the players were obviously blue chip, yada, 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 and 5 stars and all that, and they haven't performed. And to me, them not performing, I think, is all on Sark, and I'm with you. If he gets a job offer, whether it's Miami or the Giants or whoever it is, I like this one. I like that. Like whoever it is, I think he should take it 100%.
Yeah. And it's even, Rafa, penalties. And that's a sign of
that's a coaching.
That's a coaching issue. Before we get off of college football, I want to ask this. There's a couple things. Would Kirby Smart ever entertain leaving Georgia and go to the NFL? I would go out.
It has to be like a perfect situation for me. Like the way I look at these guys, like Kirby, he's an elite, and he's an elite college coach. To me, he's the best college coach right now, and I don't think anybody would argue that.
Nope.
For him to leave Georgia, it has to be a situation like the Atlanta Falcons called and said, "Hey, we fired Raheem Morris because he's absolute garbage." As myself,
You're joking, right? This is a joke.
This is not a joke.
This has to be a joke. Why would you ever leave Georgia for the Atlanta Falcons?
Because when you look, Jacob, at the Atlanta Falcons, this is a team that is built to be much better than 3 wins. You have an elite wide receiver in Drake London. There is no doubt about it. He's elite. You have an elite running back in Bijan. You have a really good defense that should be performing a lot better than what they are. You've spent money on that roster. This team is much better than 3 wins, I believe they have. You should not be losing games to the Carolina Panthers. You should not be losing a lot of the games that they've lost. And they've lost tight games. You saw them lose a tight game across the pond to the Colts, who was arguably the hottest team in the league at that point. Like, you're losing games that you shouldn't be losing. You have a roster that in that division should be one of the 2 best teams. And Tampa has struggled mightily this year. They have a ton of injuries. So to me, if I'm the Atlanta Falcons, I go to Kirby. I fire Raheem Morris, and after the season is over, I offer Kirby Smart all the money in the world. That's one of the jobs, because if you're leaving Georgia, I'm going to go to the NFL, but I'm not going to the NFL to coach some fucking garbage-ass roster. I want there to be talent on that team that underachieved, okay? Whether it's the New York Giants with Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors and the Tard and Scatterbo and that defense that they have, right? Like, I want a situation like that. I'm not going to coach Tua in Miami. Like, that's just not happening.
But
Like that for me, Eddie mentioned it. That to me would be the jobs I take. Something
you
like
And
think-
it's in state. And it's in state, Jacob. He's not moving his family.
Okay, that's fine. It could be in state, whatever. But you don't think he understands that his coaching style is more fit for college?
I don't agree.
I don't think his coaching style is fit for. I think his coaching style fits both.
Yeah,
When I
me
look,
too.
when I look at Lane Kiffin, to me that's a college style. When I
Yes.
look at Sark, he's more of an offensive play caller, but he can get away with a Ben Johnson style coach, the guy from Cincinnati, like that style where we might have a high powered offense, but I know for sure that my defense is going to suck dick. Like that's the style that I see Sark, right? That's what I see. When I see Kirby, I see a guy who can coach both. He always has really good defenses, although this year a little bit down, but he always has elite defenses. He's always able to run the ball, and he finds the correct, right, perfect fucking quarterbacks to fit his style to win national titles. As sad
God.
as it is, and Eddie hates the quarterbacks, but
I
the
hate
guy
it.
manages to get the guys in place, and he's winning. He won national titles with Stetson Bennett. He's winning national titles with and Stetson Bennett had to make plays in some of those games to win these things, right? So he's not winning national titles with the Heisman. Okay, he's not winning national titles with the Heisman quarterbacks or Heisman running backs. He's winning national titles because he can coach both sides of the fucking ball.
Yeah.
I just think, to me, in my opinion, like, basically, if you go to the NFL, you're giving up all your power. Like, he controls that whole program. Why would you?
You can come in and control everything. You
Yeah,
can go
you
into
can come in and
Atlanta.
request that.
True. That's
You can
not
come and request it. You can ask.
as a first as like an incoming
You're
NFL
not, listen,
coach.
dude. He is not Kirby Smart. When you're hiring Kirby Smart, you're not getting a just a fucking college coach who excelled for a couple of years. You're getting a national champion who beat the likes of Nick Saban. Okay, it played in the SEC, where he's year after year after year putting up top 5 teams in the country every fucking year. He, to me, I'll be honest with you, and Dude McBoob will say that he's much better than Kirby, but he, to me, is a John Harbaugh type guy where he can coach. His teams are going to play defense, and I think he transitions well. You saw Harbaugh able to do it in the NFL. He's done it twice now in the NFL. He did it twice in college. So
Listen,
to me, I think he's that type.
You youngsters are too young to remember this, but Bill Parcells, who had the cachet, and I believe
Controlled the
that if
Cowboys.
he said this: "How do you don't complain about the dinner if I can't buy the groceries?" Okay, and Bill Parcells, and that's the best way to fucking put it. Kirby's not leaving, like Rafa said. And by the way, we better clip this because I haven't heard this on any fucking other show. I haven't heard this anywhere, and we just came up with a fucking thing tonight.
Because
And
it's
I
not going to
promise
happen.
you-
No, because it's
It-
not
no.
going to happen.
Dude, people are going to talk about it. Are you kidding me?
No.
People are going to talk about
Stephen
this.
A. will run it in 2 days, Eddie.
I promise you that. I promise you that because it makes so much freaking sense. Okay. So, Zach has a question. Michigan, Ohio State. It's not a crazy fucking question. Dude McBoobs, that's a crazy statement what Dude McBoob says. But let's talk about Michigan. I mean, the game's big enough to where we could look up to it.
I mean, Michigan has no chance. Let's be serious. Like,
They
No,
didn't have.
no.
Yep.
No,
That's it.
Michigan, listen, dude. This is those games.
Yep.
This is the game where it doesn't matter how much more elite we can think Ohio State is than Michigan.
Miles Garrett looking at me. I can't. I'm sorry, Rafa. It's hard. It's really hard. It's
Anybody,
hard.
just go to the full screen. Leave Miles up with everybody. But to me, I think when these games, Michigan, Ohio State, I think it doesn't matter how good the other team is. And Michigan's not, we've seen UCLA beat an elite USC team, right? Like these games are that. We've seen year after year Florida put up remarkable games against Tennessee, and it's in what is always a huge game. Like we've seen Auburn beat Alabama or take them to the fucking to the end of the line. We've seen it in these games. So Michigan, Ohio State, no, you cannot write off Michigan just like that. Like you can't. To me, if they beat Ohio State, I can't put them up there because they've lost to USC. They just beat Northwestern last week on the road. Listen, that game last week on the road, you could say that if you're judging that game for the next game with Ohio State, you can say, oh, they have no chance. But in this game, Michigan always has a chance.
So if USC and Michigan both win, they both get in.
No. Because I said, I don't think Michigan can jump USC. And it gets dicey because, listen, if Michigan
Michigan's
beats Ohio
at
State,
18 right now, I think.
Right, but you have
if you
to look
beat
at
number one, you have to be in.
No, well, they would be Michigan. There's a way where Michigan can get into that title game, and
100%.
That Big Ten title game, right?
Yeah,
and they would obviously have to beat Ohio State, and I think they need. I believe, I don't know how it works out, but they would need an Oregon loss, and
if
still
USC beats Oregon and Michigan
then loses
beats
to
Ohio
UCLA,
State,
Michigan is then in with
Yes.
beating Ohio State. That's the way Michigan could get in. They need USC to beat Oregon, USC to lose to UCLA. Michigan would then get into the Big Ten title game, with then against Indiana, and then it's all up in the air, and then it would be crazy because you could have just 2 Big Ten teams in, or you could have 3, and that third one would have to be Michigan.
You think Dude McBoob is whacking it right now to this Michigan talk? Michigan getting into the playoffs?
He said, I agree. Michigan facing Jim Harbaugh in the upcoming Super Bowl could bring an end to the world.
That's hilarious. So let me say this, okay, Jacob, and I'm going to tell you why it's a possibility. I have been through the Ohio State football facilities, had a tour, whatever. There are clocks everywhere. Countdown to win that game. That's the only game that fucking matters. Julian Sayin, right, quarterback of Ohio State, who is getting better and better every week, can throw 4 interceptions in this game because Julian was very reserved. The game plan was very reserved against Texas, right? They eased them in. They've kind of opened up the playbook. But if you don't think that kid knows or understands the pressure of the biggest game in college football every fucking year, we haven't seen him under this kind of scrutiny or pressure. And these are games where either, pressure either breaks pipes or fucking makes diamonds, however you want to put it. Julian Sayin could shit the bed and Michigan could win this game. And that could happen very easily. The spread probably what? 21 and a half, 18 and a half. What do you think, Rafa?
No,
9.5.
Is the game at Ohio State?
It's at Michigan.
I mean, it's at Michigan. Yeah, so the spread's going to be right around 10. Eddie Money just said 9.5. It can't be more than that. It can't be more than that because I don't think it was last year. It was the year before, right, where Ohio State lost to Michigan?
Yeah,
last year.
Yeah, they haven't lost it. They haven't lost a game since
last year.
The flag incident, all the disrespect.
That's right. So imagine,
Yeah.
So you beat them last year. So they understand that, listen, we beat them last year. They're beatable, right? If they beat them, all hell would break loose, and Ohio State will still win the national title.
Can we do some Heisman talk real quick? Just quick
Dude,
odds.
everyone, big dog.
Is it not locked in?
No, it's
Oh.
not. And I'll tell you why.
By
And
who?
I'll tell you why.
You know who Rafa
By
won?
Paisano, bro. By Paisano. Are you kidding?
His
Absolutely not.
His Cuban. So let me just say this, and I yeah. Woo. Yes.
Even a Bobby.
Yeah. Okay. So Julian Sayin, Fernando Mendoza. Now, if these 2 quarterbacks were to win the Heisman Trophy, guys, they would have the worst numbers in like 20 years, right? And there's been crazy numbers. Their numbers aren't really Heisman worthy. They're just on the 2 undefeated teams, which we've seen before, but usually those guys have crazy numbers. Their numbers are not Heisman worthy. They're just on the 2 best teams in the country at this point.
Yeah, which is weird to me because I feel like before the Heisman wasn't about best player or no, best team.
It shouldn't be. It
Well,
shouldn't
Well,
be.
it hasn't. Listen, it hasn't been though.
that.
But it
Why
hasn't
is it
been.
now? Why is it
It
now?
hasn't been. Travis Hunter won it last year. Jaden
Yeah.
Daniels the year before. Caleb Williams the year before that. Like it hasn't been about the best team.
So then
The
why
thing
now?
is-
Though?
Yeah. So when we're looking at it, I know they don't have the best numbers, because and Fernando Mendoza 17th in passing, in yards. Saying is 15th, right? But they're making very few mistakes. Like Fernando Mendoza has 30 touchdown passes. Okay, he has 30 touchdowns. So he leads all of college football in touchdown passes. His rating is 184. He leads in that as well, Eddie. So his
Okay.
completion percentage is 73%. The only Sayan's completion percentage is 80%. Okay, so when we look at it, for Sayan is 1 at completion percentage, Beck is 2, Fernando Mendoza's 3. Touchdowns, Sayan's about 5 touchdowns behind. He's got 1 less interception, and the rating is right there, 186 and 184. Other than that, there hasn't been that Jaden Daniels, that
Yep.
that
That's the
Caleb
issue.
Williams performance.
I
that Bryce
disagree.
Young.
I feel like Marcel Reed has been that player this year. I feel like he's been that player for Texas A&M. He's been the most dynamic. He's that team for Texas A&M. Like they win because he's everything to them.
They
I'll
also
tell you-
down. They also get down in games because he is everything.
Yeah.
So that's the
True.
thing about it. It's like he's not blowing you. He's not blowing you out the water. Is the problem? He's not
But
blowing you out the water. Like to me, when I look at the quarter, I think that the kid from USC, I believe, is better. Okay,
Crazy.
and the numbers are better. Aguilar's numbers
Yeah.
are better at Tennessee. Like those are better numbers. The thing is, Aguilar is not blowing you out of the water because they don't have a
Yep.
problem giving it to an 8-4 quarterback like they did with Caleb and Jaden Daniels. I believe they were both 8-4, or Caleb might have been 9-3. Like his numbers aren't blowing you out of the water. He has 2,600 yards, so he's under Mendoza in yards. He has 22 touchdowns. Mendoza has 30. Sayan has 25. His numbers are average. He's at 8 interceptions. Like he's not blowing you out of the water. And his completion percentage, Jacob, is god awful for a college quarterback. His completion percentage is 61.
No, I guarantee you, Jane Daniels had the same completion percentage for Jane Daniels. I'm pretty
Jaden
sure
Daniels also might have rushed for fucking 800 yards.
That's also true.
Like
Yeah.
his numbers were insane. Jaden Daniels had performances where you said fucking wow, as did Caleb Williams, where you said wow.
Okay,
That
yeah,
was
wow.
that
Yeah.
was the thing about it. Last year, we didn't have a wow quarterback blow you away, which is why Travis Hunter won it. Right? Cam Ward had a couple games where he struggled. Because if Cam Ward doesn't have those 3 games where he struggled, he's easily the Heisman. Okay.
Easily.
Yeah, easily. But you didn't have a wow quarterback. This year, we don't have a wow player. The running back from Notre Dame,
Notre
Love,
Dame.
he hasn't been wow the way people believe he's been wow. He just hasn't.
I
He
agree.
just hasn't been wow. He's 4th in rushing yards with 1,100 rushing yards. It's not a wow factor. Put it this way, if Love had the year that Genty had if he was on Notre Dame this year, he's easily the Heisman, and it's not even
Yes.
Not even close.
it's not even close. But he's behind yards from the kid from Jacksonville State, which doesn't fucking matter. But he's behind Lacey at Ole Miss, and he's behind Hardy in Missouri. He
Mhm.
hasn't wowed you. That's
Lacey's
the thing
looked
about
better.
it. And he's right there with the kid in Nebraska. So, and when we're looking at Marcel Reed's numbers, he's behind a bunch of quarterbacks at his numbers. So it's like Fernando Mendoza and saying we could say they haven't been those amazing Heisman performances. They're up there almost because of default, because nobody else has wowed you. That's the
Probably
thing about
the biggest Heisman moment that we've seen, and it's weird because they didn't play well. was probably the Fernando Mendoza comeback. That's probably been the biggest moment that we've seen.
Marcel Reed was down 30.
He was
this-
down 27. I give you that, and I was about to mention that.
Okay.
He was down there. A lot to do with his play that got them.
Yes.
His play
I
got them
agree.
down 27. It wasn't that his defense was shit. He was shit.
Yeah,
Which led to that he was actual shit. That's
Yeah.
the thing about it. No quarterback throwing at 61% is going to beat two guys that are above 70%, that their numbers, their touchdown to interception ratio is over 6. Like, it's just not happening. You know, Mendoza and Sayan are both at 6-1 at touchdown to interception ratio. Marcel Reed is a little bit under 3-1. That's almost double. Like, he's just it's not there.
Fair.
It's not there.
Does
Like, for him to jump
Fair.
it, he would literally need 10 touchdown passes in the last 2 games and with 0 interceptions. And he
Lock
would
in.
literally need to dominate Texas to even be in the room in New York.
Well, no, he's top 3. He's gonna be in the room.
He'll be in the room.
I don't know, because if Love, Notre Dame's kind of realized that they need to feed the rock to Love, and he
Yeah.
can jump him.
What
So,
about the kid from Texas Tech? You think he sneaks in that room?
Everyone's trying to get
Rodriguez
Jacob.
kid,
Yeah.
there's a
they
lot of
tried.
buzz behind him, which could sway the voters. That's just a really good football team for the division they're in, for the
Yeah.
conference they're in. I think that team belongs in the SEC.
Texas Tech?
Yeah.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
I'm telling you,
You're
that-
crazy.
I'm-
You're crazy.
I don't think they're a Big 12 team. I think they're too good to be in that shit conference. That's my take.
No, that's crazy.
Well,
They-
Jacob, do you know they just had a donor give him $300 million?
Yeah,
The
they
highest-
have all
yes,
the money to
I-
play with
I-
them.
know.
Eddie said-
Texas
Eddie's
Tech?
been saying this- Eddie's been saying it for months that team,
They're-
that university is going to be really fucking good in the
Really
next
good.
handful of years, which would be an easy out for Sark and say, fuck it, I don't want to compete with A&M and Tech. Let me get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Yep.
that's fair, but I mean, coaching still matters. Like, I don't think they're that good. They're not that good to be SEC. I don't think. I think that's crazy.
Did you watch them play last week?
No.
Did you watch them play last week? I know it was Central
No, never.
Florida. I
would
know it
never
was a
watch them
shitter
play
team.
Texas
I was very impressed with the team.
Tech. I
That's
mean,
me.
The whole university, softball, basketball's been good for fucking 20 years. I'm telling you,
20.
Texas, at least 20 years. Texas Tech
They've
is
been a
really,
very
really
good
at
program.
basketball.
It's a very good program.
Yeah.
Good. I think you can go with good program. I don't know about very good.
Well,
Oh
listen.
my God.
anything else we're missing, Eddie Money, when it comes to college football? Did we cover everything?
Well, no,
Right.
big game. Real quick, I want to talk about this game because I think the line's bad.
That's
7.5 Oklahoma at home, coming off of that big win
Yeah.
against Missouri.
And number
You're gonna
2 is
tell me that-
Missouri.
Yeah, you're going to tell me that this team's only a 7.5 points better than Missouri?
Yes.
Really? You think Missouri's that good?
It's not that Missouri's that good. I don't think Oklahoma is that good. They should have lost to Alabama. Like,
They should have, and they didn't. And the Denver Broncos should have lost fucking 5 games, and they didn't. And they didn't. And we need it. And the Colts should have beat the Rams, and all sorts of dumb shit could have happened.
Yeah.
To me, I think we need to give them credit where credit is due. They managed to win a football game against Alabama on the road, managing less than 250 yards of offense. And they managed to win that game. Now, listen, they can come out and lay an egg and totally fuck the SEC.
and it wouldn't surprise you either because they're not that good.
It wouldn't surprise me because I don't like Coach. I'm not a Venables fan. But for me, for the line to be at 7.5 that it opened at, to me, I think is insane that Vegas doesn't think they're that good either.
But I mean, even Missouri gave Alabama a tough out. I mean, Bama ended up.
I
beating
believe
them
that
pretty
game was on the road,
handily.
though.
Is it at
It
Missouri?
was.
No,
Yeah,
this
it
game's
was-
at home. Oh, this is in Norman.
Yeah.
I still think I don't think they're that good. I really don't. Even for them to be at 8, it doesn't feel like they're an 8 team. It doesn't feel like they're a number 8 team in the country. It doesn't feel that way.
You know what, guys? I'm tired of this bullshit on hating of Oklahoma and Brett Venables. Do you not remember when Clemson was fucking dominating in college fucking football? You know why? they had great fucking receivers and good quarterbacks. But Brett Venables was the fucking defensive coordinator. He outcoached Kalen DeBoer last week. That defense was on fire last week, and they didn't have their best defensive player. Give credit to Brett and his chiseled marathon running ass. That dude can coach defense. That dude can coach defense, and that's why, they left the Big 12. Big 12 doesn't play any defense. But the guy, I'm sorry, man. I'm tired of the Brett Venables hate. The dude can coach defense.
Listen, they're going to see.
John Mateer's a good fucking quarterback, too.
He's a good quarterback.
Average at best.
Then listen, Jacob, you alluded to it earlier in the game last week, Alabama and Oklahoma, where Alabama didn't run the ball. They're going to get a heavy dosage this week of Missouri running the football. And Missouri has one of the best running backs in college football. Are they going to be able to run the ball? Vegas obviously believes they're going to be able to run the ball to keep this game close. And that's going to be the thing for Oklahoma. Will they be able to stop the run that they didn't see last week against Alabama? So we'll see. I think Oklahoma is better than them. I think Oklahoma, to me, I think after watching Oklahoma defense last week, I think it's one of the best defenses in the country. I agree with that. What Eddie's saying. I just, and their quarterback is good against. Zach said last year Bama only scored 3 points against.
Last year doesn't count. Bama was trash last year.
Listen, even with Nick Saban, Alabama has struggled against Oklahoma with Bryce Young. Bryce Young struggled against Oklahoma. I don't know if you remember. I believe
Zach is insane. See, Rafa, look at that. Look what you did.
Bama's not an SEC team.
That's what you did, Rafa. That's what you
Rage
did.
bait. Rage bait. No one's
Dude.
biting on that, Zach. No one's biting on that.
Come on, man.
Dumb shit, man.
Come on, man. But I tell
on.
you what, I wouldn't mind swapping Texas Tech with Missouri.
That's
Send
not bad.
Missouri to the Big 12.
That's not bad. Weren't they in the Big 12?
I think they were, yeah.
In wrestling, they are.
That's true. They are in the Big 12 in wrestling.
Yeah, send their ass back to the Big 12.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be a great game, Eddie. I know you said only Oregon and USC.
No. I totally forgot. I'm my bad. I have it written down here as well.
I think that's going to be a very good football game. I think it's going to be a very good game. And then, God forbid Missouri beats Oklahoma, because then we got to hear Zach fucking SEC this, that, and the other. So,
Man, I do not see that happening. Did that running back from Missouri, did he not struggle? I think he had 60, 70 yards against Alabama.
60.
67.
Oh, God.
6-7. I'm doing the thing, fellas. I'm doing it.
I believe it, Rob. I believe it.
I think maybe the only
kid,
other
though.
game
He's a
worth
good running
noting,
back. Good kid.
talking about is
BYU Cincy?
Yeah, you hit it on the nail. Number 11, BYU's on the road against Cincinnati. BYU's favored by 2.5, over under 54.5.
There's a lot of good games.
I like
Cincy.
Cincy as a team.
Tennessee, Florida is a big game.
Yeah,
Always been a big game. Doesn't matter how bad Florida is. They always can. That's why the line's only 4.5. You have Pitt going into Georgia Tech. Pitt laid an egg last week against Notre Dame, and Georgia Tech's only favored by 2.5. You have Utah and Kansas State. Kansas State's been playing awful, but they need to win to get into be bowl eligible. So there's some games, Eddie Money. There's some.
Yeah,
some
I also have TCU and Houston that plays into potential conference championships.
Yeah. No, there's plenty of games out there, and listen, if Cincinnati beats BYU, that Big 12 just goes into disarray for that second spot for the title game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because then you'd have all the teams with 2 losses except for Tech.
So, although not, great games, there's only one team that has secured a spot in their conference championship. Nobody has secured a spot. It's only James Madison. They're the only team that has secured a spot. So, very meaningful games, right? Just not one that you're, barbecuing, bringing out the popcorn, unless you're in Tennessee or Florida. So, that's what I meant. But as far as important games, God, we'll know a lot more next week when it comes to conference championships.
Yeah.
Do you think
Oh,
it's a bad I don't know what to call it, but did you see what that Tulane coach said about his football team and them being ranked 25? And as of right now, they're in the 12th spot in the playoff.
I didn't see what he said. We all
It
know
was
what it.
something
I
about this
saw what he
game doesn't
said.
matter or some shit like that.
No, where
that
he
was
said no. He said there's a lot of bad teams. He says there's a lot of bad teams out there, and there's a lot of bad football being played in college right now. If
Mhm.
they are one of the 25 best teams, that's what he said, and I think that's him downplaying his guys a little bit.
But did he just diss his own team?
Yes, like
Yeah, he dissed his own team, and
if
I
they
get-
make the 12th spot, I mean that's gonna be terrible. That's a terrible look.
yeah,
Well-
but listen, unfortunately, it's the way it's gonna go, and it sucks. But that's kind of the way we're, until they remove that guaranteed spot for a non, that outside whatever the fuck group of 5 or not good conference whatever spot. Until they remove that, we're gonna see this every year.
Also, shouldn't how did Tulane get in over Navy if Navy's ranked higher conference wise? They're above
Because
Tulane.
Tulane's actually ranked because
Yeah.
they beat Northwestern, who Northwestern's played well. That was early. They beat Army. They beat East Carolina, who almost beat Memphis. Like they beat Memphis, who was ranked before that. That was the
I get
thing.
you.
So, and that was on the road against Memphis. So they've won games. I mean, they got spanked by Ole Miss, but they've won games to put them in that spot where they consider them a better team than Navy and North Texas and some of those other teams.
So
And-
could Navy make it in with wins against Memphis and Army to close it out?
Yes and no.
If Tulane loses, right? Tulane has to
Well,
lose.
you have James Madison, who's on the outside looking in as well.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of teams
And is already in the conference
that are-
game.
Yeah, there's a lot of
The-
teams
the
that are
two
in
lot-
that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eddie.
Like Rafa said, the 2 losses they have, they're 8-2. 35-point loss. 35-point loss to Ole Miss. And what's even worse, and this game is kind of deceiving, to UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio, they lost by 22 points. And there were some garbage touchdowns. Like they almost got beat by Texas San Antonio by 30 points. So, I mean, the losses are really bad.
What I don't understand in them putting Tulane at 12 this week is that James Madison is at 21 in a completely different conference. But they'd also, if they won, they would be higher ranked. Base it on this week, James Madison's at 21. And they would be the number 1 team out of the Sun Belt, which is also a group of 5 conference or whatever, I believe, right? So
Does that play into their eye test that they're taking into consideration now?
But if the eye test tells you they ranked them at 24 and they're going to put them in at 12, it doesn't make any sense. So we'd have to find that out. North Texas, by the way, who's in Tulane's conference, excuse me, is at 22, but they're a game. They sit right behind Tulane. So listen, it could be North Texas, it could be James Madison, it could be Tulane. This week it's Tulane. Next week it's going to be fucking North Texas. Who the fuck knows? And to be honest with you, we don't want them in there, and nobody should want them in there.
No, but even their coach
We
doesn't
haven't
want
even
them.
talked about the elephant in the room that Rafa needs to address.
Which is?
Texas losing badly to Georgia.
Got their ass whooped.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, no, we
Had our
did.
coach.
Yeah, I know, I agree. But the second part of it is, what if they beat A&M handily? What if they crush A&M?
Listen,
Then
I talked
what?
about this last week, but I said that they had to, and Herb Street talked about it on the air in the fourth quarter, where he mentioned the same thing that I said. They had to lose a tight game to Georgia. And Herb Street said, does the committee consider that the first half was tight? And then forget about the second half after that interception or whatever the fuck the play was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does the committee consider that if they beat A&M? To me, I think it's no, because you lost by 25. You were not competitive in the second half. So even if you beat the brakes off of fucking A&M, there's no way, because I saw you get your nuts kicked in, and Georgia put the fuck to you. So I cannot propel you 7 spots up or even 6 spots up after beating A&M. I can't.
I'm just
because
scared.
I can't have you jump Miami. I can't have you jump Utah if they don't lose another game.
Yeah,
I just can't do it.
I'm just scared that we could see a world where a 3-loss Texas team gets in somehow. That
No,
would
because the world of
that.
a 3-loss team getting in, the only 3-loss team that I can see getting in
Bama.
would be Alabama, because Alabama, their third loss would have to be in the SEC title game. That would be their third loss, whether it's to A&M or Ole Miss. That team, to me, still gets in.
I'm
But for
curious
an
to see-
at-large, for you to
Okay.
get an at-large 3 team, it would just have to be Alabama,
Mm,
because they didn't penalize SMU last year for losing their title game.
that's
They gave
right.
them a playoff spot.
That's right.
So you cannot penalize Alabama if they're sitting there at 10 in the SEC title game, which if they got there, they'd probably be 8 or 9 or whatever. But even if they're at 10, you can't penalize Alabama because they lost in the SEC title game and leave them out. That's what I think.
Hmm.
So
I think we're good then.
Well,
I think that wraps it all up.
Yeah, we fucking crushed that college football. We covered everything, even
Yeah.
alluded to next week. So, Rafa, do we want to take a 30-second to fix your camera? People want to see your face.
I
man.
have to shut this whole thing down. So I'm going to get completely off. And then, so if you want to take like a minute, I'll
Yeah.
shut it
Yes.
all off.
2-minute break. 2-minute break.
Please hang in with us, man. NFL next. Rafa's Blue Chips.
I'm a nobody, baby. Light me up, pour me up. I'm gone. Got me seeing genies in a bottle. Liquor got me feeling like a wrestler. Call me Santiago. Everyone listen when I speak. Don't know shit about shit, but I know ball. Call me the guru. Bells coming ringing when I'm winning. Come on, I told you that's who. Specify, do it live. I told you. Hey, always coming with the heat. Riley with the facts. Jacks, let them know. Eddie Money, Luke, CJ, replay my parlay. Hitting when I don't even know. I'm a nobody, baby. Light me up, pour me up. I'm gone. Got me seeing genies in a bottle. Liquor got me feeling like a wrestler. Call me Santiago. Everyone listen when I speak. Don't know shit about shit, but I know ball. Call me the guru. Bells coming ringing when I'm winning. I told you. Don't be the guy. Don't be a loser. You know why I'm a nobody. Didn't even try. That's on me. I am that guy. Talk my shit. I said what I said. So many hot takes, mic glowing red. Everybody wanna be about it, I doubt it. Get money, motherfucker, no questions about it. At the win, not complaining about it, we win. I'm a nobody, baby. Light me up, pour me up. I'm gone. Everyone listen when I speak. Don't know shit about shit, but we know ball. I'm nobody.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? That is a banger. Certified fucking banger. I don't care what you say. So, guys, thank you for hanging in with us. If you're not hardcore football, I could see why a lot of this show is over your head. But if you are hardcore, if you are scrambling and gambling and love you some football, then we are the fucking show to watch. I don't care what anyone fucking says. That's it.
That's right, Mike.
Ah! So, but let's get into NFL, man. Go ahead.
Right before we went to break, Dude McBoob said that he does not want to see Rafa's face.
Oh wow.
Man,
Wow,
I had my
you're
legs
so
kicked up and
mean,
everything,
dude,
man.
dude.
But starting off NFL,
So
this week we have Thursday Night Football with the Bills favored by 6 on the road going into Houston to play the Texans. Over under 43.5. I believe CJ Stroud got ruled out again. So we have Davis
He's out.
Mills. Davis Mills has kind of been running that team a little better, can we say?
No. No.
it's been, I don't know, Rafa. I mean, better is he's a very serviceable quarterback. He's smart. He takes care of the ball. They've let up on defense, but to me, the bigger issue is Josh Allen's best offensive weapon, Kincaid, is out, which is it's a glaring. It makes it even more glaring that Josh Allen is so important. We all know what he did, 3-3, fucking monster. But for them not to have made a move to get a number one receiver is horrific. It was a bad move where a GM has made a lot of good moves. Kenyon Coleman, I don't know if you saw all that shit
Healthy
going on with
scratch.
him. Healthy scratch. The kid who a lot of people had hope for, and he needs to get his shit together. The left tackle, the leader of that team, besides Josh Allen, came out and called him out and said he needs to grow up and needs to get his shit together.
Well, then he
So
was dancing on the sideline.
yeah, man, not good. But Kincaid, I think is more important. I think Mills is an NFL quarterback, smart guy, Stanford guy, I believe. But
I don't
what's
like
your
it. I don't like this game at all. These Thursday night games, I fucking hate them. They're just so unpredictable. They're tough games.
Yeah.
We saw the Raiders some weeks back fucking
Ugh.
battle against Denver.
In the worst game of the season.
Yeah, and it just
Facts.
got off. We saw the Giants dominate the Eagles on Thursday night. Like they're just tough games. So a 6-point favorite, I on the road against a bad Texans team right now. I think, but I still think it's just tough. The Bills to me haven't wowed me in a while. So
Not even wow, but disappoint. But the AFC, Rafa, is so wide open. I could still see the Bills making a run. I mean, who's your favorite right now in the AFC? The Ravens could make a fucking run.
yeah, I like the Ravens
As a
I
favorite?
Yeah, I like the Ravens. If
Wow.
by the way, dude McBoob fucking 1000%. So Keon Coleman went to Michigan State, so he has a lot of butt sex. But the other comment, do you live in a crib? Put some WD-40 on the hinges. Because when Jacob's
When
door is
Jacob
open,
walked in the room.
dude, both times. The thing is, dude McBoob, he has a cage in there where
That's
he's
pretty
got
good.
the little Filipino woman we saw some weeks back.
It's very loud.
So,
He's got to
Yeah.
hear it if that
Yes.
cage opens.
Yes.
yeah, so he needs it.
I have to be alerted.
That wakes him up in the middle of the night.
Get back in there.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he starts throwing her fucking.
I didn't know Keon Coleman went to Michigan State. Did he transfer
to
to Florida
FSU.
State?
He transferred to Florida State, I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
Could
Maybe
be.
he's originally from Michigan State.
There's a Keon Coleman who plays basketball at Michigan State.
Maybe that's him.
Maybe that's him. Dude McBoob got his Michigan guys mixed up.
Oh no! Here comes a whole article on him.
He did go to
fucking
Michigan
committing
State.
there when he was
Yeah,
fucking-
he's about to send us a paragraph.
yeah.
He did go to
100%.
Michigan State. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, McBoob don't miss on Michigan, bro.
Yeah,
He
I
does
was-
not
miss
miss.
on Michigan.
He
100
does
questions
not
on
miss.
Michigan.
He actually played 2 years there compared to his 1 year at Florida State.
Wow.
There you go.
The more you know.
Dude,
What
But,
are-
Should have known.
What are the Chiefs' odds now?
To
Make the
win the Super
playoffs.
Bowl or win
Yeah,
the
at this point,
conference?
make the playoffs because Like, what are they? 5-5?
They're still the fourth ranked team for the fourth best conference winner odds for the AFC.
No way.
They're plus 550. They're tied with the Broncos. And then for Super Bowl, let me see.
I don't think. Listen, they could be tied with the Broncos. Looking at the Broncos, and they're hot. They've won whatever 9 in a row, right?
But
To
are they
me-
hot? But are they hot though?
Motherfucker, they've won 9 in a row.
Okay.
Yes.
Put
You don't just
context.
win 9 in a row. But
No.
That's not, but it's
you-
not like you
gotta
left the
put-
pan
you
on
gotta
hot.
add-
It's like
you gotta add context, Rafa.
it's like you left the pan on medium for like a
you
week
didn't
straight.
let me finish. You didn't let me finish. They are the hottest team in the league right now because they've won 9 in a row. Do I see them even in the AFC title game? Not a fucking chance. You like when we're looking at the roster, like when we saw the Chiefs get through the schedule last year and win games they shouldn't have won. When we're watching the Eagles win games that we think they shouldn't be winning, they to me still have elite play at a lot of positions. With the Eagles, it's a lot on defense. It's Jalen Hurts hasn't played elite and he's been really bad throwing the ball, but he makes elite plays in the game at certain points. But they still have an elite unit on that defense. And the same thing with the Chiefs last year. Like their defense was really elite, and Mahomes, when it came down to it, he made elite. He's an elite player, right? I don't think Denver has that. I really don't. I don't think Denver and their defense has been good, fine. Their games that they're winning. The game against the Giants was a game that you could put in. We can talk about it, and they scored 33 points in the fourth quarter. That to me, that first 3 quarters of that game for the Broncos, that to me is closer to what the Broncos are than they are to that fourth quarter 33-point team.
So let's roll into this
By the way-
game since we're
Oh.
talking about it. We're talking about. I mean, I hate to get into it so early, but we're talking about the Chiefs. Should we go Colts? In
Yeah.
Arrowhead, should we talk about that right now?
Yeah, Colts
Well,
headed into the Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 3.5, over under 49.5, and the odds for Chiefs to make the playoffs, by the way, minus 190.
That's really tight.
So I'll give you percentages. Right now, they have a 54% chance right now to make the playoffs. If they win, it only bumps up to 65%. If they lose, 36%. This game is huge. But I am a known Chiefs hater. I am a known certified Patrick Mahomes hater for reasons that are obvious, right? But watching film and breaking down, I record a lot of shows. Everyone's breaking down the Chiefs and what's going on. And, Matt Nagy, who, head coach at Chicago, he is the offensive coordinator. I don't know if Andy Cohen plays. I don't know how they run an RPO system, run pass option. I've told you this 3-4 weeks ago, guys, and you guys shove stats down my face. Patrick Mahomes has options, right? Last week on 9 RPO plays, they ran it once. Patty Mahomes is not committed to the run. I told you guys this is an issue for them, right? You should have the ball in your best player's hands, which is 1,000% Patrick Mahomes. But he doesn't throw the ball the last 2 years, at least, Rafa. His percentage over 18 yards downfield is 41%. He's not making those big plays anymore. It hasn't happened for 2 years. Did they make it to the Super Bowl last year? Yes. But his accuracy downfield, blame him, blame the receivers. You have Xavier Worthy who runs a 4.2. They're not making those plays, Rafa. That is the issue. He's not accurate downfield, and they're not running the ball, and defense has gone down a tick. Lord knows I want the Colts, and what Colts can run the ball. If Colts can control time of possession and run the ball, Patty Mahomes is going to be forced to make plays downfield, and they've struggled. That being said, I'll let the guru handle it from here. Go ahead.
I think to me the total's absurd. 49.5. The Chiefs, we've watched them for the last 2 years play at a slow pace. They play at a slow pace. They're not scoring. Last year they scored 30 points once, and I believe it was in that title game against the Bills where it was like 31-30 or whatever it ended. And that's because they needed the 30 points to win the game. So I feel like they let up last year. And to me, 49.5, as good as the Colts have been, you're going into Arrowhead. I know the Colts won a bye last week. I just don't think we're going to get a 20, mid-20s total from the Colts this week. So to me, I like the under. I'll blue chip the under on the Colts and the Chiefs this week. I think to me that number is ridiculously large. I think it should be like I think it should be like 43, 44 at the most. So, but that's my take on that game.
What about my spiel on fucking Chiefs? You're not going to give me a retort on my Chiefs spiel?
No, because you actually said that Mahomes was running a lot more. Was your actual take a month ago?
At the time, he was the third ranked. When I mean running the ball, I'm talking about running backs on first and getting yards, getting physical yards. He's everything to them.
But we
He's
told
too
you
much.
we told you this when you brought up that argument that last year they weren't able to run the ball either. Like literally, the numbers showed that last year they weren't able to run the ball either. Like so they weren't able to run it. They've always been able to get there with a 7th round draft pick at running back. Okay, like that's what they've done, and they will continue to be that. So to me, I think last week Mahomes lost them that game. As many games as he's won them, in my opinion, he lost them that game. He threw an interception that he gets bailed out by a flag, right? Which was a terrible throw. And then the interception that he throws where there was a flag, but it turned out to be on the offense, was a terrible throw inside of the red zone. Because if you don't make that play, the game is now tied. It's a whole different deal. So to me, he played horrible last week. He played terrible. That was on him. Their preparation to me after a bye week was not Andy Reid-like. I thought it was just a bad overall performance. And the reason that I just looked at the standings and the reason that Vegas still has them at minus 190 to make the playoffs is that one of the teams that they're tied with is the Ravens, which I think the Ravens will win the division, is the Texans, and the Jags are the 7th seed at 6-4. So they can easily get into that 7th spot. And then, do you want to see Patrick Mahomes at the 7th spot if you're the fucking Patriots or the Broncos at the 2 spot? No fucking way. No way. So I can see why Vegas thinks that they're going to make the playoffs, and I can see why they're 4th to win the AFC, because if they end up in the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes is still the best.
Oh,
All right.
I almost threw up in my mouth. This is not. By the way, he played horrible last week. 2 weeks ago, he played fucking horrible then too. He's had 3 or 4 really bad games.
Peter Murphy said Chiefs will still win the AFC. They'll do it all last minute and go on a run here.
I'm with Peter. I'm with Peter. Listen, Peter Murphy, for me, I think it's the Ravens and the Chiefs. The Bills, I think, still lack that capability of winning a huge game in the playoffs. They've won playoff games. I think the Chiefs have their number in the playoffs, and they know it. And so, to me, and I think New England is kind of, they're playing great, and their play calling is phenomenal. So, listen, Josh McDaniels deserves to be coordinator of the year. Okay? And you can write it in right now that he should be coordinator of the year with what he's done with that offense. They are amazing.
Imagine, Rafa, if they were to get maybe the receiver from Auburn or the receiver Williams from Alabama. If they get a weapon like that, that's a scary fucking thought. And they're going to add linemen. Yeah. Oh, I can't argue with that. I cannot argue with that. But
Peter Murphy says New England will lose the first round of playoffs like Washington.
I think if they're the 2 seed, and they would play the Chiefs in the 7th spot, there is no doubt in my mind that New England, that Kansas City goes into New England, and the Chiefs would be favored in that game. There is no doubt in my mind that if that was the first round, that if that's a first round matchup, the 2 and the 7, and it's New England and the Chiefs, even if the Chiefs, to me, the Chiefs in the 7, whether they're playing Denver or they're playing Buffalo or they're playing New England, I think the Chiefs in the 7 spot, nobody will want to be the 2. Nobody will want to be the 2.
Well,
Maybe Buffalo wouldn't mind as much because they'd be at home, but the Chiefs have dominated in the playoffs against that team.
Peter, Peter, I used to love you, man. I can't believe you're taking the Chiefs side.
I still love you, Pete.
Can we all just light a candle and say a prayer that the Chiefs lose this week so we could be done with the State Farm commercials, done with, Taylor Swift. I just want to be done with everything.
Has that even been a thing this year?
I disagree because I just don't think any team in the AFC deserves to win it. Like, I feel like the AFC is so bad. I can't picture the Bills being any good in playoffs. I can't picture the Ravens being any good. The Broncos, god awful, being good. I just think the Chiefs are still the best team in the AFC. Like, I don't know why. I just think that's the team that's gonna do it in the AFC.
That's you guys. That's you guys living off the past. That's you guys not watching the actual games. Because I watch actual Chiefs football. Because I thrive on every incompletion that Patrick Mahomes throws.
Your Chiefs hate, and as much as you watch the Chiefs, is why I watched every single night Kobe Bryant play basketball. Because I would love to see him miss 5 shots before he actually hit that game winner. I love to see it. I wanted to watch him lose every fucking night. There is no doubt about it, which is why I understand why you watch.
But here's the thing, too, is
every fucking throw, I know you watch it.
But the thing is, last year is that he said this, like, Chiefs are bad all last year. He said that.
Their defense carried them last year.
You were still saying they were a bad team. That they were a bad team, and what did they do?
You know that GIF or the meme, or whatever, with Leonardo DiCaprio, where he's watching and he whistles.
Yeah.
That's me. Every fucking incompletion of Mahomes.
All day.
Look at that. I told you. That's me. I admit it.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt real more when they win the whole thing again. So.
I know.
They're not
Eddie's
going to.
stance 1,000% because I've lived it. I know it. I've never disliked the player as much as Kobe, and I think Eddie dislikes Patrick Mahomes as much because and for the same reason. I think Eddie. I think for me it was because everyone thought that Kobe was this fucking amazing player.
Yep.
And then he had his horrible nights. And with you, I think it's the same thing. Everyone thinks that Mahomes is this amazing player, and you watch him weekly where he makes bad decisions and makes bad throws, and he struggles here and there. And so I think you watch it the same way that I watch Kobe. I never thought anyone had that focus I had, but you clearly have it. 100%.
Yeah. It's torture. It's my cross that I choose to carry, Rafa.
You carry that motherfucker, man. You do it. You do you, big dog.
Thank you.
Moving into another game, we got Jacob's favorite team, the Steelers, playing Chicago Bears. Bears favored by 2.5.
The Bears.
Over under 45.5. The Bears.
Shout out to the Bears, man. I mean, they have found ways to win. They have found ways to win. Caleb has found ways to make plays to get these game-winning drives. And listen, I said last week, he did against the Giants. He did against some bad football teams. Minnesota hasn't played great, but it was still on the road in a divisional game against a team who should be better defensively than what they are. But he still managed to drive the field and put his team in position to win, and they made a kick. And he's done a great job.
I got to admit something. I wasn't very proud of this win from Caleb. I mean, how bad is McCarthy? By the way, I've been saying that for the longest time, but that's the point. They should have blown out the Vikings. They should have killed the Vikings. That's how bad McCarthy was. But
and McCarthy still led a touchdown drive to put them in to give them the lead at the end of the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To me,
You know, he still put them in position to win. I mean, listen, as
that's a
as
bad
bad as
win, Rafa. That's a
McCarthy's
bad
been-
win.
Oh, 100%. Listen, he put them in
Still a
position
win,
to
though.
win. He gave them the lead. They needed to stop by the defense. They didn't get it. Caleb got it. It's a great listen. That ending in the fourth quarter where listen, JJ put a drive together. He got the touchdown he needed. He played bad, but he didn't play bad at that moment. He led the team to a touchdown. Caleb didn't play a great game. He wasn't great, but he got it. He put together a drive at the end of the game to win it. You have to give credit where credit is due. Both guys at the end performed to put their teams in position to win. Bottom line, they both did. As bad as JJ was, he redeemed himself on that last drive where he had the ball. So, you know, to me, and Caleb got the job done. He led his team, set him up for a field goal, and Santos put it through the upright. Shout out to the Bears. I think they played phenomenal.
Yeah.
To me, I think they've overachieved. I didn't think they were going to be
Bears.
the Bears. I didn't think they were going to be this good, and they've done well.
Are they good though?
Well, listen.
No,
Are
so
the
let me say
Broncos
this.
good?
So let me
Are
say
the Broncos?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eddie.
So shout out to the Bears. We didn't know, at least I didn't think it was a shoo-in for Ben Johnson to come in and change a culture this fast, especially what the Bears whole thing was quarterbacks suck here. That's where quarterbacks go to die. I wasn't convinced that Ben Johnson could do this, especially with Caleb. I heard Caleb in a post-conference interview after that win, and the belief, because we all heard the whispers, right? That Ben Johnson was really tough on Caleb. He was force feeding him. He was talking shit. It didn't seem like it was going to work out. But what Ben Johnson has done for Caleb, and we see now, Jared Goff kind of struggling, is huge. The way he spoke about, we're going to make plays. No matter what, we are going to make the plays to win ball games. And he just wasn't, saying shit. You could see in his eyes that Ben Johnson has instilled a belief in this team and in Caleb Williams, which I didn't think was going to happen. So that's what I say. I'll just taking it a step further than what Rafa is saying about shout out to the Bears. Shout out to Ben Johnson and the job he's done. That's all I got to say about that.
Peter Murphy says, the Bears playing on Thanksgiving reminds me of the SNL turkey with Macaulay Culkin and his brother. Will Hanley, Bears are fraudulent. What's up, Will?
What up? I mean, the wins against the teams, I get. But when you have a good coach, we talked about this, right? When you have a good coach, good quarterback, and they're on the same page, anything is possible. We know they have weapons all over the fucking field on offense, and defense is playing better.
So who do we got?
Well, listen, the defense leads the league in turnovers, and it's not even close.
Yep.
Like they have 16 turnovers. I think the next team is the Rams with like 9 or 10. So they're leading the league in turnovers on that side of the ball. Caleb has 13 touchdowns, and so he's not blowing you completely out of the water. He's the middle of the pack.
Yeah, he's not very good.
That's terrible.
Yeah, no. Listen, he's got 13 touchdowns. He has 4 interceptions. His stats aren't blowing you out of the water. The thing is that he's not making the mistakes that we've seen him make. We saw him make last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's and with the defense, when you're getting short field, you're put in good position because listen, Swift isn't blowing anybody out of the water. It's not like they're blowing them out of the water.
Monster, by the way.
Yeah,
Monster,
right?
Monster.
He is a monster.
Yeah.
Robo running back right there.
Yeah. I'm
He is.
talking about fraudulent.
Top five
Talking about
mistake.
fraudulent. But their defense has played big time. And that's where we didn't mention, and I think we should give them credit that defense has played well. I know we bashed McCarthy because he's been bad, but the Bears defense made some of those plays happen. So we shout out to them.
Who do we got? Who do we got in this game, man?
Steelers should be without Aaron Rodgers, so Kenny Pickett might be getting that start.
No. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to play.
Isn't Kenny Pickett
Does he
on the
have a
Raiders?
fractured wrist?
Isn't
He has a fractured left wrist, and he was a partial participant in practice today, which tells me Aaron Rodgers knows that this is his last hurrah.
But the backup
Aaron Rodgers
QB
is playing
isn't
this game.
Kenny Pickett.
It's not Kenny
Tell
Pickett.
No, the backup
It's
is Mason
Mason
Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Yeah.
Or
Mason,
well, Howard.
It's not going to be Will Howard. It will not be Will Howard.
no,
Give my
Mason
boy a
Rudolph.
shot.
Rudolph looked good. Rudolph looked good.
Rudolph's more than capable. Rudolph's more than capable. Rodgers is a bum. Worst money Jets spent in years. Well, let's not forget the money they gave to Justin Fields the other day. But yeah, it was a lot of money they gave Rodgers, and that was bad.
But
Dude,
Peter, come on, hold on. Peter.
Hey,
First of all, you're a Jets and a Giants fan. Okay. Secondly, he fucking tore his Achilles in the first game. If he doesn't tear his Achilles, he played
you don't
well.
know.
His numbers the following year were good. They weren't bad. He's not a bum. And I never defend Aaron Rodgers.
That's
That's
true.
true. That is true.
I would take the Bears here though.
I take the Bears too. I exactly bum. I take the Bears too. I don't like what Pittsburgh's been doing the last handful of weeks. I think that defense should be so much better than what they are. And they've just been awful.
Yeah.
So I'm going Bears here.
Did you see, guys, real quick? Did you see Washington, the tight end that went to Georgia, who looks like
Darnell
he's a left
Washington?
tackle? Darnell
The big
Washington.
He's a huge.
He's like
He's
6'8", 311, I think.
Yeah, they list him at 264, and he almost killed like 3 guys on one play. Punched a guy, ripped his head off. He's a monster. But yeah, he admitted to being 311 pounds. Dude, he's one of the biggest left tackles in the league, let alone a tight end.
That's fucking scary to have that shit running
he's-
at you. Oh my
He's
god.
a monster. The thing is, if they actually had a running back, not fucking Warren, they would be a little better.
Or Gainwell, 2 midgets.
Yeah.
They never have a running back besides Le'Veon Bell. Those are the last two
Yeah,
running backs.
it's been a while.
They had James Conner for 2 years.
Okay, relax. He was not even top
He was
15.
He was good. He was
good.
He was
He was
good.
Look at
Really
Peter, look at
serviceable.
Peter fucking playing the odds. When you live in New York, you have the luxury of having 2 teams to better our chances of winning the Super Bowl. Man, that's been hit or miss for a while.
You have only one chance. That's the Giants. The Jets never gonna make it.
New England has like 7 states for one team.
That's a
Oh,
good. That's
where's
funny.
Rocha?
That's
Where's
actually
Rocha?
pretty.
Where's Rocha to defend himself? Oh,
Peter Murphy.
Rocha.
Peter Murphy. let me just assure you, and these are 2 fan bases that I don't like or particularly care for, but there is no one in Los Angeles that is a Charger fan and a Ram fan. That's not a thing.
Can I admit something real quick?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Jacob
Look at Eddie's
blaming
gonna
something
disown
else.
him. Eddie's disowned. Eddie's fucking having Sinead pull
No.
out the fucking birth certificate and delete it.
Yeah.
I didn't know New England was a combination of
Oh
states
man!
until like a year ago, maybe 2.
A year ago,
Maybe 2. Give me some. Come on, maybe 2 at the most.
Eddie,
should've-
did you get the same education at Alamany as well, Ed?
But St. John Bosco, all right? I'm a Bosco
I
brother.
Oh man, brother.
So, don't put Bosco
No,
like
okay,
that.
Bosco I can
on it.
handle
This is
that.
like middle school.
I don't understand it though, because they're
This
aren't
is
they?
forming up America education.
How can a team cover 7 states? I don't get it. No one. I've never heard of that in my life. I thought it was a city in wherever they play in Massachusetts, right?
Yeah, they play in Foxborough. Yes.
So why not be the Foxborough Patriots? Or
Because they use
whatever.
that. Because they use the Foxborough name with Falco, the replacements,
Oh,
the Keanu
man.
Reeves movie.
So
Oh.
like, where did that come
That's
from?
good. That's good.
Who decided to make them a 7-state team? That's like saying Kansas City covers the Midwest and they're the Midwest Chiefs. I don't understand.
It's not the same thing. New England has been a thing since 1700.
Actually-
and whatever.
Yeah,
But no, okay, come
that's
on.
what we were considered
That's
before
like saying
America.
stop it. Don't you start that right now.
That's just true.
That's what it is.
We were called New England because we
That's-
were a different version of England. We were a new land.
But that was what, a million years ago? Like we're in
No, you
2025.
start letting these Arabs in, and you don't teach them
Okay.
American history. This is what happens. Look at Peter Murphy.
Yeah.
Foxborough
You know
is
what?
not Anaheim.
Jacob, I first,
Foxborough's not.
yeah, great call. Listen, Jacob, I was cool at first. I was cool. I thought you were gonna say that you like the Chargers or the Rams. I was gonna be more.
Yeah, me
embarrassed.
too.
I
was
would
okay with
never.
you not understanding the whole.
That's
New
way
England
worse than
Patriot
what I
thing.
just said.
But we need to cut you off here because it's getting worse.
It's not that. I mean, I feel like it's
Peter
Okay.
Murphy. Peter
Let's move
Murphy has to be from LA.
He knows some
Hey,
cities.
Bakersfield. For you to pull out Bakersfield, it's got to be a.
That's a
fucking,
pretty good pool. I
you
gotta be
can't
honest.
even put that on a fucking map.
Yeah.
You only know that if you bet
Fucking
college
Pete.
basketball.
Yeah, look at fucking Peter Murphy, or he's up all night gambling on
Peter Murphy.
fucking on Cal State Bakersfield.
I have one more thing. I promise. This is it. It's the same topic, so I just want to get over with because
Uh-oh.
It's
Look
just
at
real
Eddie's
quick.
face. His price.
I didn't know also like 2 years ago that Kansas City wasn't in Kansas.
Oh no.
I mean,
Oh,
it's Kansas City. What are we talking about?
Eddie. Oh no.
It's literally Kansas City. What do you mean? Why is it not in Kansas?
So on next week's episode,
You know-
we're gonna have an American history. We're gonna do geography.
We're gonna do
American
geography.
I mean, I feel like that one's more like, come on, give me a break on that. That one makes more sense.
That
No.
one does make more
No,
sense.
stop
but
it.
Still.
I mean, I feel like
You know
come
what?
on.
Can I give myself some credit? My kids don't lie, no matter how stupid it makes them look.
Thank you,
Can I
Eddie.
take credit for that?
You can take credit for that.
I'm sorry,
Thank
Jacob.
you.
That's getting clipped.
Peter Murphy he says we're not peasants in New York. I fly to a lot of games.
Said New York travels very well.
Well, when you come to LA, man, hit us up. We'll take you out to dinner, Peter. Come on.
He'll be in Bakersfield.
Yeah, you'll be in Anaheim.
We'll meet at the new Hard Rock Hotel right there in Tejon. We got to go there, Rafa.
Yeah, it's not far from here.
Oh man.
We gotta
Yeah.
check that out. What's the next game, Eddie Money? Before fucking we gotta do another American geography lesson with Jacob.
Yeah.
Fucking Richard Dice. He just joins the Instagram. He goes, "Can we get a GoFundMe for Eddie Money's haircut fund?"
Wow.
He says, "I want to JFK the fucking curl on this guy."
Good call, Richard Dice. Great call.
By the way, since Dice is on Instagram, shout out to the Arizona Wildcats tonight, beating UConn in a fucking dandy of a basketball game.
Shout out.
Shout out you, Mr. Dice.
Bear down.
Speaking of New England,
Gotta love it. Go Cats.
the Patriots favored by 7, heading
Bear
into Cincinnati to
down.
play the Bengals. Over under 49.5.
Take the over in this game. Blue
Oh,
chip
yeah.
the over in this game. Do the Bengals fire coach?
Can I go?
Yeah. Do the Bengals fire Zach Taylor after
No.
the season?
I don't think they do.
Dude, I like.
Rich,
Listen,
I
know
hope you're
Burrow's not-
watching.
I know Burrow's not playing, but your defense just sucks. And I know they're going to start by firing the defensive
practicing.
coordinator. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That season's dead for the Bengals. Like it's over. They may think, oh, we got a long shot at the division. No, you don't. Like, get the fuck out of here. You don't.
If they win out,
They're
I
not
think
winning
Joe
out.
plays this week. I
Yeah,
Hell
think
no, he
Joe
does not play
plays
this week.
I don't think he's playing this
What's the
week.
point of rushing him out there for a team that's just going to get clapped?
Why? Because Joe is a competitor, and Joe thinks that he could fucking win out. That's
Why would
Joe
Why would
fucking
you put
plays.
your franchise quarterback out there in a game where he doesn't even have Jamar Chase?
Facts.
Yeah, why would you put your franchise quarterback out there when
Well, the
in
season's
4
dead.
games- The team is dead.
It's not dead.
It's dead.
Dead for
It's
Pistons.
dead. This team is terrible. This team is so bad.
Eddie, this team sucks.
Why?
This defense is trash.
What do you mean? Why? They can't stop nobody.
Okay,
The O
okay.
line's terrible.
Dude.
Well, I haven't
Listen,
even
Flacco had
raised your
11
take.
touchdowns and 2 interceptions in like a handful of games, and they still lost. They were still losing games. Like, his numbers were better. They did a side-by-side comparison of the stats. 4 games, Joe Flacco, 4 games, Joe Burrow, before they showed you who was who. Joe Burrow did not have 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and Flacco did, they were still losing games. I think they were 1-3 in those games or whatever.
Yeah, no.
Well,
don't bring it
I
back.
wrote something down. I wrote something down today in my notes
God. Oh,
that I wanted
Uh-oh.
to share, and this is a serious question. We talked about trading Max Crosby, and I said I would only do it for an established quarterback. And somehow my polluted mind came up with, could the Raiders trade for Joe Burrows? That to me, Max Crosby for Joe Burrows, I know it sounds wild, but
Yeah, 'cause
Joe's been hurt.
Finish it.
I'm just saying, I don't know how it popped up in my head, but it did. I wrote it down. I can't believe I brought it up, live. But to me, the owner of the Bengals is probably done with this guy who gets hurt every freaking year. Does he have talent? Yes. I just think the time has run up on Joe Burrows and the Bengals franchise. I think he's tired of them, and I think they're tired of him. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
No.
Oh no. Okay, no. Time out. I mean, part of it makes sense. I'm sure he's tired of them, but they are never trading a franchise quarterback that literally took it to the Super Bowl by himself.
Never happened.
Listen,
and I'm not a Joe Burrow fan. I'm not a Burrow fan because I believe that.
Also, they just extended him.
Yeah, and the fact that listen, if I'm the Bengals, I can see where Eddie's mind is at, right? Because I'm the Bengals. I have 2 elite receivers. I just saw some fucking 40-plus-year-old man come in and throw fucking 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in the same span of games that Joe Burrow did. Yes, I saw that. But my defense still sucks. And I'm not trading for one player who's on a unit already that is god-awful. That Raiders unit is trash. Is Max Crosby the only thing that the Bengals are needing with an average quarterback to win in that division? No. That's not what they're missing. They're missing like 3 fucking guys who can play defense, okay? And then an average quarterback. Not one guy, okay? And give up, a quarterback that has proven himself to be elite. And to me, I think it's a lot to do with the weapons, my opinion. But so no, I would.
You're picking up what I'm laying down, Rafa. You're picking up what I'm laying down.
I understand what you're saying, and the Bengals being a shit organization also plays into that. But for me, a Max Crosby for Joe Burrow thing, like
doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. If Joe Burrow was, I don't know, Jalen Carter's age, but maybe you can throw it across the board and consider it, maybe. And even then, nobody's trading one of the best defensive ends in the league for one of the best quarterbacks in the league in their prime. Like, it's just not happening. Have we ever seen that?
That's like going to like lunch with your friends and you're trading like tuna sandwich for like a slice of pizza. Like, it doesn't. You would never make that trade ever in your life.
I don't like that comparison.
Why?
It's horrible.
Because it's not. It's like you're not trading. It's almost like tuna and pizza, like a sandwich and pizza. A slice of pizza is almost the same thing.
No, what? Tuna's gross. Tuna's disgusting. Why would you ever eat a tuna sandwich?
Tuna's so ass.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
I'm
talking about a sandwich in general. Like, I just don't see the comparison. I was thinking more like, you asked for filet mignon and a New York steak. Like, maybe somewhere in there.
Yeah, okay, let's move on. I threw you guys off. I had to talk about it.
Next game, right up Peter Murphy's alley. We got Giants headed into Detroit. Detroit's favored by 10, over under 50.5.
That's too much of a line for me.
What game is it, any money? Detroit and who?
Giants.
Oh, no. This is not plenty of points. Give me the Lions minus 10. I think they're going to blow them the fuck out of the water. Because Detroit had a very bad performance last week, and we've seen what they've done after bad performances. They put up numbers. They're going home this week against the Giants team, and then they got a short week. They got Thanksgiving Day. I think Detroit needs to find a game where they can start rolling this would be one of them. And this would be where we can start rolling, and we need to get back in to the top of the division, right? And I think they're second, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or third. So they got to start rolling somewhere. I think this is a perfect opponent at home.
Yeah.
The Giants are hurt. Their defense hasn't been as good as I thought they were going to be.
As I.
Yeah. So to me, I think this is a perfect spot. Blue chip, the Detroit Lions minus the 10. But I'll tell you something. I would be shocked if this game wasn't like 24-6 at halftime.
Yeah.
I
Giants
might
defense.
start both running backs in fantasy this week.
You should actually.
That might piss off Zach, though, because I'm playing Michael Brown, and I have to beat him for you guys to keep it going.
for fun.
What's next, Eddie Money?
Next up, we have Vikings heading into Green Bay to play the Packers. Packers favored by 6, over under 41.5.
By the way, real quick, let's get to Peter Murphy's comment. Lion season ends here. Let's go. We know he's a Giants and Jets fan, so they're going to roll down the hill into the sound.
Wow. That's not happening, Peter. Love you, Peter.
No, I don't think so. Although, listen, if it happens, we'll hear Peter Murphy talking about it for sure.
I hope so. I saved my stats on JJ McCarthy when you guys were talking about him earlier. There's some really alarming stuff going on with JJ. He is, he's 2-3 as a starter. Let's just start off with there.
Is wild.
His percentage of off-target passes is 22%. That is far and away the worst in the NFL. That is a quarter of his passes are not on target. Okay. He's 27th in QBR. That is last 27 QBR. Last in the NFL. Jacob, I give credit to Hawks. He was a JJ McCarthy before everyone became a JJ McCarthy hater. But
the thing is, I don't even deserve credit because the film was in front of your face. I mean, what could you have seen in this quarterback that made you think he's going to be an elite quarterback in the NFL?
Just the way he handled the ball.
I liked on third down, he was able to get out of the pocket and throw on the run. He can still do that. His weakness is actually throwing in the pocket. That is his biggest weakness. That is shining bright.
You sound like the guys who saw Zach Wilson roll out,
Yeah, do that.
across the body, and
That was in a workout. That was in a workout.
It's still the same thing. The basics are the basics. The basics are the basics. He's never had the basics.
All right.
Listen, he's a rookie quarterback. Okay.
Rookie quarterback is crazy.
He's a rookie.
He sat behind Sam Darnold for a whole year.
He didn't sit, motherfucker. He wasn't sitting. He was fucking literally
Listen.
laying on the sideline. He couldn't move.
You act like he was in that practice and stuff. Like he
It's
just didn't
not the
exist?
same. It's different when you're sitting and practicing. You're not sitting and practicing. You're literally just sitting there, not doing a
You
fucking
had a
thing.
year to watch film.
And listen, you can watch all the film you want. If you're not going through the fucking motions on the practice field, it is not the same thing. You can sit a guy for 10 years behind fucking Tom Brady. If he's sitting there and he's not fucking going through the motions in practice, it's not the same thing. To me, I still look at him as a rookie quarterback. He's going to take his bumps and bruises. Has he looked as good as some of the other rookies we've seen in the last handful of years? CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels, yada, yada, yada. No, he hasn't.
Drake May.
Here we go. Drake May. So, but it's true. To me, I think I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's a rookie. Let's see this next year. If he's this bad this year, that next year, then you can move off of him.
I think it's just a waste if you let him play another year without a plan to replace him.
Thank you, Peter Murphy. No reps.
No reps at all. Nothing. You can't.
Zero
You're not
reps.
sitting. You weren't sitting. You didn't have the option to sit him. He wasn't playing. Period. He's getting the reps, and this is the first reps that he's getting. He's also been hurt, so it's like, listen, it's not the same thing. I think you're a little bit too harsh on him. And you can, if you're the Vikings, listen, as good as Darnold was, what happened in the playoffs? One and done.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. See you later. Okay.
Better than what they have now. I'd rather be that than what they are now. They look terrible on offense.
Listen,
They-
I
Shout out
actually
Rowe.
saw a breakdown on mechanics. His mechanics are off right now. We're not going to get into his mechanics. It's boring, but
Yeah.
they're off. You know, that it's fixable. It's fixable. He's an athlete. I hate that he sits and meditates the goalpost. I hate that shit. That bothers me. But
Call him 9, though. Call him 9. Call him 9.
Yeah, you gotta call him 9. I hate his alter ego.
I will side with Rafa. I gave some horrible stats and say it's not a lost cause yet.
Yeah, I think it's still too early. I think if he does this bad next year, and let's say he finishes the season and he doesn't get hurt any longer, and he comes out next year with the same talent that they have. And listen, to me, I think Aaron Jones is past his prime.
Way past.
Way past his prime. You have Mason back there. You don't have a real back. Does it really matter?
Jordan Mason's solid.
You know, not too much. To me, I think holding him to the expectation of Sam Darnold, what he did last year, was ridiculous. Right? It's a ridiculous expectation because this is a first-year quarterback that you're throwing out there. So, for me, I think Minnesota doesn't do anything. I don't think they go out and look for another guy. I don't think that's what they're going to look for. I think they're going to write it out. You wasted a first-round pick on this guy, and you're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. You're going to give him 2 seasons. You're going to give him 2 seasons, which actually puts you in a great spot because it'll be his 3rd year under contract, which will be easier to move on from than moving on if, let's say, Caleb was total shit this year and the Bears wanted to move off of him after 2 years. And that hasn't been the case, but it'd be a lot easier. It's a lot easier to move off the guy after his 3rd contract season.
I think I disagree with this heavily because to me it felt like they thought they had pulled a Chiefs move where they had a good quarterback already starting and they saw something that, oh, this guy's different. Like, we need to start this guy next year no matter what because this is our Mahomes. And they must,
same thing.
Yeah, it is the same thing. It is.
Because you had to give Sam Darnold $100 million while you have a first-round pick. That's the thing. You have a first-round pick that you didn't see on the field. You're going to go and give Sam Darnold $100 million after one good season? What is he, Matt fucking Flynn?
Rafa, you got rid of a really good quarterback because you thought you had something in this kid that you
He was a free agent.
Pay him,
He was
Jacob.
a free agent. He was a free agent.
Yes, you had to pay him.
Yeah.
No, Peter,
I
the
disagree.
Vikings don't sign
Vikings did not sign Mac Jones.
They should because better than McCarthy.
I wish the Raiders would. Move on.
Please don't say that. Please don't say
I
that.
don't listen, just real quick on JJ. I'm going to say it again. Minnesota's not moving off of him until next season if he does the same thing next season. And the other thing is you're playing in the division that right now has 3 teams in a playoff spot. You're not in some garbage ass fucking division. You're not in the
I agree with you. You need to get better immediately.
And you have to give him the benefit of the doubt because you took him in the first round in the top 15. That's it. There's no doubt about it. If it was up to you, you would have released Peyton Manning after the first year.
Don't you make the comparison.
Are you kidding? I'm not comparing the 2 players
He's
because
just calling you a bad
thing
GM.
you saw Peyton Manning's finished product. You didn't see him in year 1. You would have seen him in year 1. You would have thought, fuck, this guy turns the ball over like a fucking madman who can't move in the pocket. That's
Peyton
what
Troy
Manning was
Aikman as well.
elite in college. Peyton Manning was elite in college.
Troy Aikman as well.
McCarthy
thing.
won a national title.
Not because of him.
The only argument that Jacob has, I'll help you with the argument, but we got to move on from this, is
I
that
agree.
Patrick Mahomes was also drafted in the first round for the Chiefs.
Yes, and the Chiefs took him after Alex Smith fucking was, and Alex Smith you didn't have to pay Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes sat. He actually sat behind Alex Smith, sat down, went through reps. JJ had 0 reps. By the way, Peter Murphy, phenomenal take. Purdy looked great, didn't he? God, he looked good. God, he looked good. We're going to get to that game at the end, though, but he looked great. Thank you for that, Pete.
But speaking of Sam Darnold, Seahawks favored by 13.5 this week on the road against the Titans with an over-under of 40.5.
Disappointed in Sam Darnold last week. How bad were those interceptions?
Four
Dude, the
picks.
Rams were in black jerseys. Did you miss
Yeah.
that?
That
The
shit was fun.
Rams, he threw all the interceptions that people were in double coverage. Like, what
They
the
were really
fuck?
bad.
They could have won that game, and it was a great punt, by the way. Like that punt
That
was
punt saved
phenomenal.
him.
That
punt
to
was
me
the
saved the
game.
game. That
Yeah, that
won
was
them
the
the
game.
game. But Sam Darnold, I mean, those interceptions were just god awful interceptions. Just
The only
terrible.
thing
He
I'll say
looked
about the only thing I'll say about this is that I had to endure all the Rams fans, which Stafford MVP, but you barely won that game, and Sam Darnold gave you the ball 4 fucking times. Stop glazing on yourself. You should have blew them out. Okay, that's
I gotta
Yeah.
give a shout out to the Rams defense. So they stopped the Seahawks
Well,
like in the zone like 3 times. I think.
I'm gonna wait because I have numbers on them. I have numbers on that defense, and it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, Rams top 3 defense, pretty sure.
I like Seattle this week to get back on track and cover the 13.5. And Tennessee played good last week. It was coming off of a bye. They played the Texans at home. That was a bye. They came off a bye. They performed well. They were in that game. They could have won that game, and it would have been great for them. Thank you, Peter. Peter Murphy, I feel like he's me. Look at Seattle in that dump. Phenomenal fucking take.
Oh,
Oh, dude, what a
you guys
fucking
are
great take.
vibing.
Oh, great, Pete. Look at fucking Pete. Peter Murphy's me. The Brock Purdy love, the Seattle hate. Fucking A. But yeah, so but I think Sam Darnold gets back on track. I think Seattle rolls the Titans. I think they cover. We're blue chip the Seahawks minus the 13.5.
Pew, pew, pew.
Seattle made Geno look good too. You're not lying.
Yep.
They suckered the Raiders, didn't they? Fucking A. How dirty does that look now? We're going to prop this dude up. You're going to take him from us, and we're going to go and get a guy who, for almost the same amount of money, is going to put up a shit ton of fucking points. Wow.
Headed into the last game of the early slate, another huge spread here. The Jets going into Baltimore to play the Ravens. Ravens favored by 13.5 over under 44.5. Peter Murphy's second team is going to get absolutely spanked. Both of them get spanked this week. Both of them also double-digit underdogs.
Raiders next quarterback, Sam Darnold.
Wouldn't hate it.
Oh, man.
wish,
They won't hate it until he's fucking 2-9 or 2-8.
Yeah.
But no, let's blue chip the Ravens. I think they're at home against the lonely Jets who don't know who they're starting. Is it Tyrod Taylor? Is it Justin Fields? Is it Mark Sanchez? I mean, who the fuck knows who's playing for those guys?
Yeah.
Don't the
By the
Ravens
way-
worry you a little bit though? I mean, they played a bad Browns team.
A
Divisional. And
Browns team.
are one of the best
Oh,
defenses.
you gotta
A
stop
Browns
doing
team
that.
that
You gotta
played-
stop doing
What
that.
do you
You gotta
mean?
stop doing that.
Divisionally,
A Browns team that plays great defense while at home for the last handful of years. That defense at home has played phenomenal. The Ravens don't worry me at all. Like literally zero worry. In that second half, they were able to come back, put the game away, and so zero worry for me in the Ravens. I
Rocco,
think they
come
absolutely
on.
beat the break. Dude, I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry.
They played a bad Shador and a bad Dylan Gabriel and barely pulled that game out.
And then they
They
pulled
just
away.
They
Pulled away.
at the
They won
end.
by 7. Or
They won by 7. They went into halftime down. They won by 7. Did they allow any
Yeah.
points in the second
How-
half?
how's that not worrying though? Like how
They're Jacob, because number
Divisional.
one, it's a tough divisional game against the Browns.
tough
On the
divisional
road.
game against Shador Sanders and Dylan Gabriel.
Listen, Shador
Bro.
Sanders and Dylan Gabriel didn't do anything. Shador Sanders did absolutely nothing. That
Exactly.
man was 4 of 16.
we're talking
Tampa-
about their defense. Talking about the Browns' defense.
Bro, the defense is what kept them in the games. The Browns can play defense at home. It's a known fucking thing. They can play defense. You'll see this weekend where the Ravens start to fucking roll and it's 24-3 at halftime and Lamar's fucking chilling
It's
in,
happening.
on the bench in the fourth quarter. Cooper Rush is handing it to Justice Winslow or whoever the fuck's the running back there. Justin Winslow, by the way, Duke.
Yes. Shout out to Carson Schlesinger with his pick. That was a great interception.
Speaking of Shador Sanders, next game on the docket in the second slate, Shador Sanders gets his start in Vegas against the Raiders. Raiders are a 4-point favorite with an over/under of a whopping 36.5.
This is
Take
crazy.
the Browns. Take the
This
Browns.
is nuts.
This is
Nuts.
crazy, dude. I'm actually gonna watch the shit out of this game. I hope I'm able to watch this because I want to see. Max Crosby's probably gonna tee off on Shador at least 3 times, at least. But I'll tell you something. I think Cleveland's gonna keep it close because I think they're gonna run the ball, and I think they're gonna be able to run the ball down their fucking throats. I'm just telling you.
I mean, they.
I'm not
should win.
worried
I feel
about
they
that.
should win this game.
That'd be their way to win.
I'm worried about Myles Garrett picking his teeth with Geno, like picking him up, like that old line for the Raiders is horrendous, and then you give him a bad coach on top of that. This doesn't make any sense to me. Like you said, defense travels. Oh, Browns,
Are the only
if
ones that
I
don't.
am. Yeah, if I am Myles Garrett, I'm like thinking Derek Thomas had, I think, 7 sacks against the Raiders. He had 7 sacks. It might be a record. This record is in danger. Myles Garrett might have 7 sacks in the first quarter. This is, to me, this is crazy. This is crazy. Now, let's talk about Shador a little bit, right? That game, it's 2 ass-tastic teams. You can't
This
deny
is
that.
2 ass teams. They're not even tastic.
Yeah, just ass teams. So, the whole narrative, right, on Shador, he came out and said, I don't know if he said I didn't have any first-round reps. Like, don't judge me. I didn't have any first-round reps. We are on record time after time after time. It's on our page where the glaring problem with Shador Sanders is that he doesn't climb a pocket. He spins away from pressure. The best ones, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, I'll even put, Patty Mahomes. You don't spin away and get 17-yard sacks. You step up in the pocket, you climb. That is a professional quarterback. Until Shador Sanders gets that, he could have a million first-round reps, right? And props to him for being classy in his post-game interview. He didn't shit on Dylan Gabriel. He supported his teammates. I'll give him that. But until Shador Sanders fixes this issue, he's not going to succeed in the league. And we've talked about it for how many years, Rafa? We've said it for how many years? So
100%. Now, let me ask you something. You guys as Raider fans, how bad a loss here would that hurt you? And I know you have a bad football team. I know they're 2-8 or whatever it is. But a loss to Shador.
Did he cut out?
It's even more demoralizing than.
That would kill all morale. I mean,
Why?
there's no morale.
There
There's
shouldn't
no
be any
morale.
There's no
There's
I'm
morale.
saying,
morale
first of all,
now.
I'm saying it's low, but that would kill any of it if there was any left.
Why?
But as a
Losing to
fan,
fucking
forget the
Shador
players.
Sanders on his first
I'm
start.
talking about the morale as fans, and because
fan,
there's
it's
a lot
even
of
worse.
there's a lot of stupid Raider fans out there, and so Eddie's one of the realest ones. He's the only real one, I think, and Jacob and Richard, and so most of you guys are real Raider fans will understand that your team sucks dick, but there's a huge group of them who think, and Eddie's got a friend who believes that they are the next coming every year. It doesn't matter. They're a Raider. They're great. Every year, right? Does this demoralize the fan base even more than what it already is?
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Let me take
100%.
this real quick. The Raiders early in the season, it was like 3-2, 2-3, and Caleb Williams was hurt, and a kid from a Division III school whose dad was more famous than him for being an arm wrestling champion. I believe it's Tyler Badgett. I forget his name. Had never played, barely got any reps, and beat the Raiders' ass. And because he did, he got extended. He's on the team. Would this shock me in the least for Shador to come into Las Vegas and beat the Raiders' ass? Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
I can
Not
go one.
even-
I can go one worse than that. I watched Baker Mayfield on 2 days of practice, maybe less than that.
A day and a half.
Walk in on the Raiders and win on a game-winning drive. I mean, to me,
Yeah.
it'd be great if the Raiders lost because I need them to keep losing so we can have a better draft pick. So at this point, I'm praying Shador walks in and beats their ass because that's what, as Raider fans at this point, should be rooting for is more losses than wins.
Facts.
What? I'll ask you this, Rafa. I'll ask you this. Your brother, Fernando Mendoza, who has like
Your brother?
he's basically a genius. He has a law degree, went to the 2 best. Would he sue the NFL if the Raiders drafted him? Like, would he say he's like, I'm not doing
Probably
that.
go get another
'cause-
degree.
Yeah, he's
A
like, no,
doctorate
no.
or something.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
you know
I'd
what?
rather-
I'm going to go back to school somewhere.
Yeah, he's going to
Yeah.
go get his master's. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
By the way, Peter
Yeah.
Murphy, spot on. Giants have hope. Raiders are like the Jets, no hope.
No hope.
No hope.
No hope. I think the Raiders
No
have
hope.
no hope.
Jets, Browns,
No
Raiders,
hope.
Cardinals, Saints, Titans, all in shambles.
I disagree. I think the Saints and Titans have better futures than any of those teams.
What future do the Saints have right now?
I mean, their quarterback they just drafted played pretty well and won a game, and they had talent
He's
on
bummed.
that. Okay,
He's-
hold on.
Let's pump the brakes.
Let's relax. Okay, you're gonna say they have less hope than any of those teams? That team has talent.
Listen, if I'm looking at all those teams that you just named, Peter Murphy, the Jets, the Browns, the Raiders, Cardinals, Saints, right? Like, we can take the Jets. The Jets have zero talent at this point. There is not one player that's worth anything because the only 2 guys they had, they just traded, which to me was a
Every
phenomenal move. Phenomenal move. That's what the Raiders should have done, at least with one of them.
Amen.
The Browns, to me, I think they have for sure a blue chip defensive end. I believe they have one of the best. To me, I think the middle linebacker, the kid from UCLA,
Mhm.
I think he's going to be one of those middle linebackers for the next 8 or 9 years that you're going to be like, wow, and he's going to have 110 tackles every year and all of that, right? To me, I think that, and the Browns have an exceptional running back. The Raiders have Max Crosby and Brock Bowers, right? We're
Good
looking at
Jesse.
the other teams. The Cardinals have Marvin Harrison Jr. They really don't have anything else. James Conner's a running back. What are you doing there, right? They have a couple players here on defense or whatever. So there's some teams that hope. When I look at Tennessee, like Jacob, you mentioned New Orleans. Like New Orleans has one tradable asset, literally one, and it's not it's not Alvin Kamara. It's Chris Olave.
No.
And it's
That's
Chris
it.
Olave, and that guy's had more concussions than fucking Tua. Okay.
Yeah.
So he may not even be that tradable at this point, right? And the Titans, to me, I think you only have Cam Ward. So
Yes.
to me, I think the Jets. I think the Jets are the only team of that group that literally have zero assets right now.
They got Brees Hall. That's it, though.
Brees Hall and Will and
Called a
then
running back. Running backs aren't assets unless you're Christian McCaffrey, Bijan, and Saquon.
Yeah, facts. It's a running
And
back.
Saquon's fading like a fucking black shirt in the fucking dryer.
Facts, man.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's
Wow.
a good one.
That is a good one.
All right. Well, do we think the Raiders win this game before we move on?
No,
Nope.
I hope.
I'm gonna
Not a
I'm gonna
chance.
say I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say
All
yes,
right,
but I
crazy.
want to see Shador play well. To be honest with you, I'd like to see a Browns win.
Honestly,
Honestly,
me
yeah.
too. Actually, as a Raider fan, I like to see Shador play well.
I just want
You
to see him
guys-
get smacked one time.
Did you guys see what happened to Shador on Sunday?
Yeah.
He got robbed during this game, and then someone commented.
That
"Call
is
perfect
is
timing."
not funny, Eddie Money.
No,
That
no,
is
that's fucked up.
fucking. That is because you know why?
Not getting robbed, but the comments
comment.
was funny. Yeah,
What's the comments?
he said call that perfect timing because he got
He-
robbed during
he has
his
to-
first
he-
start.
He has a song called "Perfect Timing."
Perfect timing. Like when he goes up his
Oh.
wrist, that's what it is.
That's
Ouch.
fucked up.
Yes,
That's funny.
100%, Rafa. 100%. That's a homie of a homie of a homie.
Well,
Like, they're
let's not
in
forget they broke into Joe Burrow's house while he was at a game.
Yeah.
They broke into Mahomes' Kelsey's home as they were at games. So it's not that far fetched. It's not that
Yeah.
far fetched that they broke into Puig's house one time when he was at a game. So it's not. I don't
It's
want to
fucked
say
up.
that it's a homie of a homie of a homie because it's not the first time that it's happened.
True. I think that's all.
Moving on
All
to the rest of the games, we have the Jags favored by 3 going into Arizona to play the Cardinals. over under 47.5. Jags absolutely slapped the Chargers last week.
Wow.
The Jags, man. I picked them to win that division. Obviously, the Colts are playing
did.
phenomenal, so they're not going to win the division. I think 3 points, as bad as Arizona's been, I think 3 points is not enough here for the Jags. Although on the road, big win last week. Can they continue that? We'll see. That defense almost killed Justin Herbert. I mean, that offensive line got worked
Literally.
last week by the
Yeah.
Chargers. I mean,
Yeah.
wow.
Tapped you.
I think you get a little bit of the same. I'm going to blue chip the Jags on the road here.
Oh,
Let's blue chip the Jags on the road.
What is Vegas seeing in the Cardinals that we're not seeing?
Jacoby Brissett.
Even last week they were what, +2.5 against the Niners.
The Niners.
That was a terrible line. That's probably like one of the worst lines of the season. Though.
I know, but so again, this is a low line. Like the Cardinals are terrible. I think it's a bad team. What are they seeing that we're not seeing with the Cardinals? Because
I don't know what they're seeing. I don't know what
You
they're
forgot.
I think they think that Jacoby Brissett can keep them in the game because he's at least can throw the ball. Kyler Murray couldn't.
Okay,
I think you forgot to mention probably the first or second best tight end in the league is McBride.
Second, first,
that-
tight end Schmeiden. I mean, what does that matter? And he's not a point. Like he's not worth a point or 2 points in the NFL.
Here's the thing. When your best player is the tight end, your team sucks dick.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
Like, that's just what it is. Oh, my best player is a tight end. Guess what? Both teams that their best player is a tight end, guess what their records are? They suck dick. They literally suck actual fucking cock. So, yeah. No, they're doing it. They're doing it. And we know who those two teams are. The Raiders.
We walked right into that one. You walked right into that one, Dad. That was great.
Yeah, I sure did.
Oh man.
I sure did.
Next game, we got another divisional matchup. We got the Eagles favored by 3.5 on the road, headed into Dallas to play the Cowboys over under 47.5.
By the way, real quick, Peter Murphy, I see your comments and that Steelers take. Eddie's been saying it, and Eddie's been saying it that, and I think it would be time, even if the Steelers won 9 games. I think it should be time because the defense is playing really bad, and so. But I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah. Send him to the
Peter
Raiders,
Murphy,
man.
Eagles spank the Cowgirls.
Dude, I don't know. I
The
don't know.
Eagles aren't spanking anybody. The Eagles,
No.
they might win, but they're not spanking anyone. And you know what? I'm going to apologize for this. I talked a lot of shit about Pickens. They might have partied, all night in Vegas as they should because
CeeDee
they
Lamb
didn't
was
have to.
throwing up
They
at
didn't have-
7:30 a.m. in a casino.
That's
Yeah.
that's so badass.
And you know what? And they both fucking showed out and showed up. They totally deserved to go party because they had nothing to worry about. But let me apologize for my Pickens thing. I thought he was going to be a disaster. But it turns out him and CeeDee Lamb are like 2 peas in a pod. They're out partying. They're performing. And Pickens, I mean, he's made himself a lot of money, man. I know this was like a, we'll bring you on. Hopefully you behave. But Pickens is a number one. He's proven
doubt about
himself to be a number one.
No doubt
So
about
I just want to apologize because I talked a lot of shit. I said it wouldn't work. I said it would be a mess. And if Dallas, that kid Overshawn, who I
Phenomenal.
wanted to, yes. If you look at my draft, I wanted the left tackle from Mizzou, Mbao. I wanted Overshawn, and that defense is getting better, is what I'm trying to say. Williams is that dude. They have 2 great.
monster. That's a
two-
monster, Eddie.
Yes. He was.
That's a monster.
When he came out, defensive rookie of the year, he was fucking Aaron Donald, but bigger. He's motivated now.
He had a sack and a half, I believe.
Yes, that defense is going to get better. Jerry Jones and his 2 sons, it was hilarious when they showed their faces.
You see that?
Oh
They
my
were
God.
loving it. How
They were
happy
like,
are they?
yeah, they were just fucking loving it because, the Green Bay's sort of struggling and they got better on defense. and
they're-
that offense is
Dallas
really
Dallas
good.
has a tough stretch this upcoming. They have the
Yeah.
Eagles, the Chiefs. They got a tough go of it for the next 3 or 4 games. So
Yeah.
But I like Dallas to cover, Eddie, the 3.5.
I agree. I fucking agree, man.
I hope so. I cannot stand the Eagles. That team is not good. It's
That's
frustrating.
not true. That's not true.
It's true.
It's a good football team. It's a good
Okay.
football team.
No, okay, fine.
Is it an astastic football team?
No, they won a Super Bowl.
No, this season. This season.
Talent-wise, they have talent up and down the roster. It's a bad. I don't know what to call it. What do you call it? It's a bad.
They are the Chiefs of last year. They're winning
but
games.
worse.
They're not, but worse. They won the Super Bowl as
Oh.
the Chiefs did the year before. Their defense is carrying them. They won a game
Yes.
16-9.
The
Their
offense is
defense
so
carried them
bad.
to that victory,
The
no doubt
offense
about it.
is worse than bad.
No.
Listen, they're not a great offense. They are getting by, and I feel like when I watch them play, and I felt like this with the Chiefs last year, like they were just getting by and winning games. The Eagles are doing the same. They're getting by and winning their games. They're not winning games like the Broncos, where the Broncos are just ridiculously down and then coming back and winning these games. The Eagles are getting by winning games with a lead. They're holding on to those leads. They're making correct plays, the play calling. They're moving the chains. They're running the clock. They're making all the plays needed. The Lions, who are a potent offense, were 0 for 5 on 4th down. Some of those decisions were bad on their part. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But the Philadelphia Eagles are making the plays to win these games. They're winning, and they're like the Chiefs last year. They scored 30 once. I mentioned it earlier. The Eagles are doing a lot of the same thing. They believe that they are the best team in the NFC. That's what they believe. And you can tell they believe that on the field.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to sit there and throw the ball to A.J. Brown all fucking game. They don't need to do it because they're moving the chains, they're running the clock, and they're playing defense.
I agree with you up to an extent. It's different because the Chiefs they never had or have a Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Never. They never had a duo like A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith at receiver. Like, you have their offense should be putting up 20, 30 points a game with that talent.
Hakatomi Plaza. Not only is Rafa right, they did this last year. The Eagles have done this 2 years in a row. If you remember, 2 years ago, they were 10-1, and we were like, but they don't look good.
They got their ass kicked by the Buccaneers.
In the NFL, a win, and Eddie Money said, a win is a win in the NFL. It's the toughest any given fucking Sunday. We have seen the Raiders beat the Patriots. We have seen crazier shit. To win in the NFL is difficult. It doesn't matter how you do it. And the Eagles, because they have a mature quarterback and they have talent everywhere, they're making the plays. I don't need to say it. They're making the plays to win. I'm sorry.
I think what is Hakatomi from Japan.
Yes.
No, he's from Morocco.
Yeah.
So, but no, like, listen, and when we look at, we can compare the two teams because I think that the records are the same. When we look at Denver and we look at the Eagles, to me, I don't see the same thing I see in Denver that I do with the Eagles. And the Broncos have managed to win games ugly, right? But I think when I look at the Eagles, I think they can win whenever they want. Like, they can make all of the plays they need to make. That's what I believe. And with the Broncos, I don't think they can make all of the plays. I think some of the plays are kind of mistakes that the other teams are kind of forced. Because of the Mahomes interception there, was he forced into that? No, he made a bad throw on the run where he was forced out of the pocket. Might have been not even been forced out of the pocket. He just wanted to do too much. He didn't need to do all that. I don't think when I look at both teams, I don't think they're the same. And I think you think they're the same.
You're having an ego, Hakatomi. You're having an ego for the Eagles. None of them, A.J. Brown, Saquon, Jalen Hurts especially, they don't give a shit what their numbers are. They give a shit about the final fucking
A.J. Brown for sure.
A.J. Brown for sure gives a shit.
A.J. Brown does, but he's a receiver. But when you're looking
Yeah.
at Saquon, does Saquon care that he's averaging only 60 yards rushing a game? I don't believe he
Probably. I think
does.
he does.
No,
I don't believe he does. Okay, I don't believe he does. And he seems like the type of person when you see him outside off the field, he doesn't seem like that type of guy. You saw it last year. Hey, I can put you back in the game. You want to crush the total, against the G-Men, by the way. And he said, no, let the young guys cook. Let them get in there and get reps. He's not that guy. A receiver, you would have asked Chad Johnson that shit. You would have asked fucking A.J. Brown, throw me the
Sure.
fucking ball. We're up 30. Throw me the ball on the next
Yeah.
fucking play because I'm going to go out and get 12 yards, 13, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
That's the different thing. Saquon is not that, which is why I believe this team, their best unit right now is the defensive unit. Okay? That's their best unit. But the offense is holding their own. They're not making mistakes. They're moving the chains when they need to. They're keeping the defense on the sideline. That's all you can ask for. They are an elite football team. Whether we like it that they're not putting up 30 a game or 27 a game, they are an elite football team. They're not getting down by 20 points and then having to score 30 in the fourth quarter. They're not doing that because they're an elite football team all the way around. On that note, Dallas by 3. Dallas to cover the 3.5.
I'm not gonna say I have more, but I'm not going to because the Eagles piss me off, and I'm just gonna get more angry. And it's
Is it all right? We'll move on. I don't want to talk about your fantasy team.
Griezmann Jr. said AJ Brown is out after this year for sure, Super Bowl or not.
Oh, of course, because he's a wide receiver. Wide receivers don't care. Wide receivers make their money catching the football. AJ
Catching
Brown
balls.
has made his money. He should shut the fuck up. He's on the football team. He's already made plenty of fucking money, but those receivers are not. They are not those people. For the most part, they are not. Not everyone is Jerry Rice or Tim Brown or any of those, Chris Carter, any of those guys. They all want the rock. They're all greedy as fuck. They don't give a fuck. Chris Carter would give anything to be AJ Brown and be on a winning fucking football team with a Super Bowl ring. Chris Carter would have given anything for that. It's a different breed right now.
Peter Murphy says, "Bring him to us. We'll feed him." Which team? You have two.
No, the Giants. He said the Giants.
That's still a valid response, though, Eddie Money. It's still a valid
It's a great response, actually. He'll take him on either team.
No, but the Grizz said the right thing. I think I agree. He'll be gone. He'll be gone. He has his ring. He'll be gone.
He'll be gone.
Last game of the afternoon, we have Falcons playing the Saints. Saints are at home, favored by 1.5, over under 39.5.
Ass versus ass.
Ass
I'm not
versus
watching this
ass.
game.
Drake, if you watch this game, you're sick. Drake London looks like he's out. Kirk Cousins is in for the rest of the year. Atlanta's done. I mean, Raheem Morris, I told you, he's just fucking ass. And, we were talking about it with Ryan Holmes the other night in a group chat. And, he thought, and this is the thing, and he brought it up, oh, well, we wanted somebody off of that Rams, roster or whatever. To me, there's always guys that are coordinators forever, and he's one of them. Raheem Morris is one of them. Spags seems to be one of them. Vance Joseph. Those guys are coordinators for life. Josh McDaniels is another one. They're elite coordinators. They're great coordinators. Mm-hmm. You're just not cut out to be a head coach. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. You are elite at your field, whether it's a coordinator on offense or defense. You are elite at that. And I know the next step up is to be an NFL head coach. This is now your second go at it. And you're in a division that's not great, right? And with a football team that should have been one of the two best teams in that division, and you've underachieved by a mile. So this game is disgusting. This game is disgusting, and it would be if he loses this week, I fire him now, and I start fresh at head coach.
I like the Falcons.
Thanks, Eddie Money.
Thanks, Eddie Money.
Yeah.
You'll be the only motherfucker outside of New Orleans and Atlanta watching this game.
You make sure you clip that, and at the very end, put "I like the Falcons." That's gonna be good.
He's gonna take a boot chip.
Yeah. That's gonna be good because that was a great rant,
No, it was a great rant. I just think Tyler should.
and it was all facts. And that GM, by the way, that GM should be also gone.
Oh yeah, that's where you bring in Kirby and give him the whole keys to the whole fucking thing, baby.
Because you know what? The Rams are going to get a top 7 pick. From
because of
fucking
them, which
Falcons.
is stupid.
Scary.
Speaking of the Rams, Sunday Night Football, Buccaneers heading into LA to play the Rams. Rams favored by 7, over under 49.5.
Dude, Tampa. I know they're hurt, man, but just I feel like it's disappointing, isn't it? A little bit. I expected a little more.
I'll say this. Can I say this because I wrote this down? It feels like every week, Rafa, the Bucs have the toughest game of the week. They have like
I feel that as well.
I don't know what the strength of schedule. It just seems like every week is like, oh shit, this is another big game. Oh shit, it's another big game. And the injuries are out of control. You know, I had him as a dark horse going to the Super Bowl. At 6-4, I actually think with the injuries, they've kind of, you know, stood up to the test. Again, this week, you have the MVP favorite in Stafford. You have which I have numbers on. The defense is freaking elite, Rafa. They're number 2 in points per game. They're number 1 in defensive efficiency. They're second in takeaways. You said 8. They have 18 takeaways. They're second in takeaways. And that defense, what I didn't see is surprising. I didn't see this defense coming. That defense is great. I think the safety's hurt this week, who's been really good, but the corners are playing great. And this is another game where the Bucs are like, are you freaking serious? We had to see these guys? So
well,
I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
When you look at their schedule, though, I mean, listen, nobody thought the Patriots were going to be this good this fast, right? So, and when we look at the schedule, it was Patriots, Bills, Rams. Nobody thought the Patriots would be this good. And you had the Patriots after a bye week. To me, I think was a bad performance on Tampa's end, right? Or we give more credit to New England actually going on the road after and facing a team coming off their bye. But after this, even if they lose this game, they're at 6-5. They'd still be in first place. I don't know if Carolina plays this. Carolina's off this, or no, they play this weekend. They play on Monday night. More than likely, Carolina's going to lose this week. So even after a Tampa loss this week, they'll still be in first place. And then they get the Cardinals, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, Panthers. So they will be just fine after this. Even losing this week,
I feel like they deserve that. I feel like they deserve that schedule.
Yeah, I think after this week, you know, I don't rush any guy who's hurt for Tampa. If they could play this week, I don't even rush them back, because when I'm looking at the schedule, I'm not even worried about it. Going forward, I have 3. I should win. To be honest with you, if you look at the end of that schedule, they should win 3, 4. They should probably go 5-1 to end this season.
Yeah.
And even at 4-2, that still gives them the division, because they still have 2 games against Carolina at home.
We got 3 divisional games, so
yeah. So yeah, that division is going to come down to those 2 games. Peter Murphy alluding to that now. So. And but I like the Rams here. The Rams, they didn't look good last week, but listen, Stafford, MVP. I don't. There's no doubt about it.
But yeah, speaking of their schedule, the games they had before: Bills, Patriots, Saints. But then they also had the Lions, Niners, Seahawks, and Eagles.
No, they've played some tough ones.
Rough stretch right there.
Listen, the Chiefs have had a tough schedule. The Bills have had a I think it was the Bills, or there's another team there, maybe the Ravens. There's another team that's had a tough.
It was the Ravens. They started off
a tough stretch of games. They've had a tough stretch of games, but it's gonna get better before it might get worse this week. But after that, Tampa fans, I mean, you should be in cruise control for at least 3 weeks.
Yep. And then headed into the last game of the week. Monday Night Football, Panthers playing I think I wrote
Brock Purdy.
I think they're playing the Niners, playing 49ers.
They are playing Brock motherfucking Purdy, baby.
Favored by 7, over under 48.5.
Dude. Eddie, listen. It's night and day from him to Mac Jones. I'm sorry. Do you see the way he hands the ball off to Christian McCaffrey? Are you kidding? Who hands the ball off like that, eh?
Oh my God! And it's swing passes to McCaffrey. Those
They're
are also
undeniably
elite.
amazing.
Those two. Listen, it's time to give Shanahan his props, man. He knows how to coach offense, and like I said, Brock Purdy, good kid, but he's not worth $55 million. That being said, let's go. Let's go, Bryce. Let's go, Cathedral High School. Let's go, Modern Day High School. Bryce threw for 455 yards. T-Mac, big game. I mean, come on, man. The Panthers are a thing. I'm pumped for them. I love Canales. I love the coach. I love the state of North Carolina. I'm fired up, man. I'm fired up.
I like the over in this game.
I love Bryce.
I like the over in this game, which is why I'm going to start Brock Purdy in fantasy. I do.
Oh shit.
I do.
I think
like
Pierce,
the over.
I think Pearsall's healthy too.
Oh yeah, no, he's fully healthy.
Pierce-
He's fully back. He last week he didn't play too many snaps. He's fully healthy this week. I like the over in this game. I think we're going to get a ton of points. I think the Niners going to put up a 30 ball, baby.
Wow.
Kittle looked really good too, man.
Isn't that amazing how Brock Purdy comes back and everything just
Oh,
flows?
stop.
Niner gangbang.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Pretty
man.
sure that's not how that goes. Niner gang.
No, 100%. That's how it goes.
Oh, shit.
But that wraps up all the games. Went through NFL, talked to everything.
Bro, you
college.
see Ralphie?
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
we talked about LeBron. We talked about
we
LeBron.
also talked about LeBron. Talked about basically everything that happened in the past week. Thanks to Peter Murphy, B-Tap, Richard Dice, and Big Vern too. He popped
Zach.
in.
Zach
Doing
popped in
McBoo,
for a little bit.
CJ.
Will
Shout out
Hanley.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will Hanley.
Last
you
words,
guys.
Hakatomi Plaza.
Great show, guys.
No
Yeah,
predictions. SC win or lose.
I think they lose. I mean, I think it'll be close actually, but I think they lose.
Eddie Money.
That's the only game I'm looking forward to on Saturday.
Yeah, literally.
That's the only thing I'm turning on.
Rafael,
Wow.
who do you got, man?
Listen. I want SC to win for my dislike of the Oregon Ducks, but I
But
don't.
be honest though.
No, I don't think it can happen because the last 2 weeks I can't unsee Northwestern stop running the ball and Iowa not run the ball against them when they were able to run the ball, and I think Oregon's going to go to that. I think Oregon is going to be able to run the ball. If Oregon sticks to running the ball against USC, I don't think the game. I think Oregon wins by and maybe cover. And I don't want to see it because I think, to me, I'll be honest with you, I think the best player on that field is the quarterback from USC and Lemon. I think the two best players on the field are the two stars on the USC offense. That to me is my opinion. I think those are the two best players.
Rafa, who's Wang Hao?
Well, guys,
Oh, no.
Oh my God, we're not doing that.
You don't know what that is,
Not at
Jacob?
No,
You don't know what that is? No,
I
we're
can't
not doing
say
that
it.
on the air.
I can't do it on there.
We're not
What?
doing
It
on
can
the
be
air.
that bad.
It
Look
is
it up.
that bad.
Look it up.
It is that bad.
I'm gonna look at it.
okay.
So does Zach, and Zach's already off, but he knows what that is. Thank you, Peter Murphy. Will
Listen.
Hanley for sticking around. Go ahead, Ed. Eddie, you there?
Yeah, I just want to say thank
ahead.
you guys. Our show. I'm
Oh
here. Am I
my!
stuck?
Oh, sorry.
I just want to say thanks to everybody. We'll have our show. We'll have our show next Wednesday. I'm feeling in the spirit. I want to give stuff. We'll do a giveaway in the comments. So whoever's in our comments next Wednesday, I don't know. It might be a tomahawk steak. It's going to be something good. We appreciate all you guys that come to the comments and make the show fun for us. It's the day before Thanksgiving. We just want to give something back to you guys. So stay tuned, please. tune in next Wednesday. We'll figure out what we're going to give to. You have to comment, spread the love, and thank you guys. I mean, next show will be 160. That's freaking wild. So that being said, we love you guys. Thanks for everyone. Yes, it's not going to be a suitcase of money, dude, but you have a very good chance of winning something. So
Yes,
we love
for
you
sure.
guys. We'll see you next Wednesday, man.
Later, fellas.
All right.